I'm the leader, the Iron Man, the night sun, you know who I am. Blades find their mark and my mind is sharp. My psionics tell you our minds are hells apart. Straightforward and honest, I'm no soothsayer, worth no more than 900. My destiny is ahead, never afraid to confront it. I'll keep everyone safe even if I won't make it. Instruments humming, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless and together we stand proud. 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 Big man, big heart, rage and control. Proud father, wisdom with age, never selfish, never cold. Knock you out with these fists, fall to the floor. Prefer peace, don't test me, I'll even the score. Brute strength to silence enemies, they'll fall. A peaceful soul, don't hesitate to brawl. Instruments humming, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless and together we stand proud. 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 Sleek and shiny, the cat's out of the bed. Middle mate can be called ironclad. No cat and mouse, but with my prey I'll play a support animal, yeah. I'm your steel defender, no scratches on this cat, though sleek and slender. No attitude like men, I'm tired of you, so talk to my creator now. The shadows gather as I walk in shadow elf, but I hate my kin. Tinker inventor, I always have the tools for the job. Rules never tidy, kind never slob. Sleep is for the weak, so I'll never catch a wink. If I feel tired, just down an energy drink. Master hacker, intelligent, without a doubt. Stand in my way, fuck around and find out. Proud. Instruments humming, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless and together we stand proud. 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 Man with a voice smooth as silk, not full of hot air, I've got the skills. Air genesi, musical talent unmatched. Singing sax, playing bagpipes on blast. My music sharp like a cloud of daggers, got the moves like Jagger. I ain't no slacker, objects move when I'm around. An army of animated things who can't be brought down. I'll be your test, can't withstand this tempest. Proud. Instruments humming, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless and together we stand proud. 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 My magic's divine, like a holy man's words. I bring the fire, like soon in a church. In the kitchen or chapel, that's where I shine. I'm the heart of the party, keeping their health in line. Pocket bacon always stocked up, ready to share. If anyone's in need, I'm quick to be there. Divine skills, prestigious and strong, I'm the body shield. They call me Aegis, it won't be long. Proud. Instruments humming, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless and together we stand proud. Proud.
Okay, hello stream. We're going to dive right in because we left off on quite a bit of a cliffhanger last week. And I know we have some people who are just dying to get into it. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump over to our group. They are pretty good about chatting in here Hey, Seru. So, I'll pay attention as often as I can, but it's going to be a little intense initially. So, all right. Okay, can you guys hear me? Excellent. Let me get my notes pulled up. Sorry, I was trying to do all this and our daughter had a nosebleed, so one sec. That's what worked, actually. No, actually, she was like, I've got this. Go play D&D. All right, so last week. So for last week's fight completion and for roleplay that occurred, everyone except Bhonken will receive 3,750 XP. 3750. That was not an easy fight, guys, in case you didn't know. 3750, yes. About 2,750 for Kira, yeah. Right now it is February 17th, 2024 at about 7:15 a.m. because that's what made the most sense to me based on everything that transpired. Unless we talked about time and I missed it during the pod. All right, perfect. Okay, so 7:15 a.m., February 17th, 2024. Hey, level 13, all right. So I'm going to do a recap here real quick. So when we started last week, you guys were still fighting the Voidwalker and everyone had just been hit with its power. Gale, seeing Tempest get injured, seemed as though she was about to lose it. With some quick thinking, Aegis helped to guide her focus so she didn't blow everybody in the house up, and she managed to successfully cast a spell, giving Tempest Dragon's Breath. Kira cast Haste on Marcus, allowing Marcus to whoop the crap out of the Voidwalker, especially after seeing how hurt Kira was. Unfortunately, since Kira got so hurt, she ended up taking one too many hits and fell to the ground dying. Min stepped in and managed to bring Kira back, though she then found herself stunned just as Marcus was due to the haste spell wearing off when Kira lost her concentration. Even in his stunned state, Marcus managed to hold off multiple attacks from this creature, not entirely, of course, but enough, and when it came back to Marcus's turn, he successfully grabbed the Voidwalker. After attempting to bite the Voidwalker, it still had a lot of fight in it and managed to get out of the way, so Marcus used the tools he had available to him and flipped it into the range of the Guardian, finally putting an end to its terror. Immediately after the Voidwalker fell, Alan awoke, no longer showing any trace of being tainted, but also knowing that all of the magic had left him entirely. Despite the sense of loss of his magic, relief washed over both brothers, and they got to work making second breakfast in the kitchen. Tempest went to speak with Erinor, having felt pulled to her, and when he met with her, he realized that her memories were fading or disappearing, specifically anything surrounding Sirlath and his findings. She seemed extremely troubled and confused, mirroring his own feelings, and Tempest offered to see if Marcus could assist, and Erinor agreed, stating that she could manifest on the Kraken's demiplane. Kira managed to patch Min up, who was more damaged than anyone had ever seen her prior, and Stan and Syl attempted to assist, but really Kira was just humoring their attempts. Marcus went upstairs and talked with Dr. Sundamar, who revealed that his understanding of items such as the mermaid tail necklace are that they tend to be a tether, and that some tethers should not be broken. When Tempest shared his information with the group about Erinor, Marcus started to try to dive in as best as he could. No pun intended there, that just got me. Keeping Sundamar's sentiments in mind. He found only images of a small, scared girl stuck in the middle of the sea with waves crashing on the rocks around her, an overwhelming feeling of being lost accompanying that image. I'm almost done. When focusing on Erinor, Marcus realized her eyes matched Sirlath's and confirmed Tempest's suspicions that they are indeed the same person, but Erinor is the grown-up version. Kira used the weird time thingy to see what reading she could get from the necklace, and the Harmony hand was going crazy, because the reason they did this was because Tempest shared some of the song that had been revealed to him, and it made sense to try to use the timey-wimey thingy. It was about that time that Kira was using the timey-wimey thingy that the back door opened, and a slightly different-looking Bhonken all but fell into the kitchen, looking bloodied, beat up, and haggard. Marcus jumped across the table, Aegis prepared to act as well, and that is where we will begin. Better? I think it is. It looks better on my end. Okay, so I'm going to share the picture of Bhonken again, just as a refresher. Welcome back, Lucy, where I know we're all happy to have you here again. I'm happy to see all the faces again. So, just as a note, Bhonken is missing an eye, or at least has an eye patch. That is one thing that everybody would probably notice, as he used to have two. So what we're going to do here, because of the way that things went down, I am going to give Marcus a surprise round because he acted first and jumped across the table. But I'm going to have everybody roll initiative so that we can figure out where to go from there. There was, we counted. He's not attacking you. Yeah, if you were at risk of being attacked, at this point I do not call you at risk of being attacked because you guys are allies. However, that could change quickly depending on how you act. So, all right. So you had a 12, you said? Yay! Now we know. Okay. All right, so we have our order here. Like I said, Marcus, you will get a surprise round. You did successfully jump across the table. I know your jumping capability. You're more than capable of getting to Bhonken from where you were. I'm also going to change the music. I don't like this. All right. About there. All right. Mm-hmm. Correct.
Uh, 21 points of damage, 9 of which is piercing, normal piercing, and 12 of which is necrotic. As he bites down, it doesn't matter where he bites you. It could even be like in the top of the chest or the shoulder blade or the face. I don't really care. But as soon as he latches on, you immediately would feel like siphoning from whatever the closest veins are, and I will go ahead and begin to drain him.
I am
Okay.
down.
Oh, okay. Well, that.
You get 10 HP.
I don't. I'm at full health. I get nothing. Okay. So that was both of my attacks. I guess I don't have anything else because I popped my bonus action. I'm going to keep the darkness up. What do I feel him just slouch? Or?
Yeah, you would feel, especially with, because you have to kind of connect to them when you're biting, you know.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, you would feel his whole body just goes limp, and you would hear like a last kind of gasping breath, as he begins dying.
Okay. I am going to keep the darkness up, and I am going to stay attached.
Okay.
And I end my turn.
All right, so now we're gonna go to the top, Kira.
So shit, it just goes quiet.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess that's, yeah, so you guys would hear the snarling. You would see Marcus jump across. Everything would go black for some of you. Kira, you are outside of it, and Zachary's in it, so it's just you, Syl, and Min outside of it, and you would hear, you don't even really hear like a fight. You just hear snarling, and then nothing.
I had a week to think about how this was going to go down, and my entire everything is completely different now.
Welcome to every Sunday for me.
Yeah, but you volunteered to run this shit show. Okay. Kira had been kind of staring in shock at the Bhonken-like creature that had come in the door before everything went black. She like starts to reach for her rapier, stops, starts to reach for her crossbow, stops, puts a hand out on Min, and is going to call out in Elven. It's gonna take a second. She's gonna call out in Elven. Give him a chance to explain himself. At least leave him alive enough for that. Fuck you, Lucy. I am not gonna do anything, I don't think. Min is probably going to just be in defensive, I don't know what the fuck's going on mode, and would be readying to, protect.
Okay. Moving on. Bhonken, go ahead and roll.
That's safe.
Mm-hmm. All right,
6.
that's one failure. Tempest.
So seeing Marcus leap over the table, snarling and snapping, and hearing all that, Tempest will shout behind Marcus, "Marcus, stop!" and cast Suggestion to attempt to get you to stop. So it's going to be a 15 Wisdom.
Do you have to be able to see them to cast it?
I think you just need to hear me.
Suggestion's a seeing one.
Is it seeing?
Yeah, you have to target a creature you can see.
You can see
that
within
hear
range.
you.
Yeah, that can hear you.
All right, well, just kill him then.
That's fucking lame.
Yeah.
I don't like that, but I understand why they do it. It's to balance out fairness with a lot of the other spells that have that same precursor.
So
I fully expected to be suggested.
what?
For the last 7 days, that's what I anticipated.
So I was thinking about this too because in the past with blindness, I've allowed you guys to try to use sound. It's going to be a stupidly high DC if you want to attempt to cast it for perception first. But then if not, then it's just going to waste the spell slot. So it'll be your call.
I mean, it's something that he knee-jerk reaction would want to try to do.
Okay, so give me a perception check first.
Okay.
May I try and also here to be able to use my reaction to give him a little boost to this?
Since I hadn't made the... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I imagine if you can give me a crazy high boost. to
No,
that,
it's
maybe.
it's a 4, but I don't know what's going on fully
Right.
inside that.
So what I will say, because I hadn't made the call yet, I'll let you do a retroactive perception check. Again, the DC is going to be pretty high.
That one's to me.
Yeah. Because you can't see what's going on in there either. Okay, 22. Yeah, you can use that skill if you'd like to boost to a 12.
Okay. I mean, it's only a +4, but I don't think she's even so much consciously doing that as, oh shit.
Yeah, knee-jerk reactions. Yeah, unfortunately, the 12 isn't going to be enough, Tempest. So, you know, knee-jerk reaction. You try to make the suggestion. You do say those words out loud, Marcus. You hear those words, but the spell does not. It does not take hold.
I don't feel compulsion.
You do not. And Tempest, you know that you did use the spell slot for that.
And obviously I don't feel it take hold.
Correct.
Okay. Well. So, I mean, do I still hear Marcus? Do I hear him like draining? I guess with a 12 perception, do I hear him like draining Bhonken?
You would hear, yeah, you'd hear Bonkin's death rattle, especially with him just failing one of the death saving throws. You'd hear kind of agonal breathing, like he's on his way out.
Okay. Well, fuck. Everything I can do, I have to see him. All right. I'm going to step out of the darkness.
Alrighty.
Dupla's coming with me, and that's it.
Can I ruin your turn any other way, or are you done?
No, it's as much as you could ruin it.
All right. Aegis, you're up.
So he would have seen Marcus leap over the table. He was about to go ahead and throw a heal to Bhonken. The darkness goes up and everything, so he can't see. It's like, fine. And he's going to take a moment and cast Dispel Magic. And we're going to get rid of this darkness.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, yep. So Aegis, sorry, I was just making sure that it would work the way we wanted it to. So Aegis, you would have been able to catch, like right as the darkness spell went off, you would have been able to catch where Marcus was at, and you're able to get rid of the darkness spell with your dispel. So go ahead and burn that spell slot.
Awkward.
And he's going to see what happens and what's happening in front of him and just go, Marcus, either you let him go or you're in violation of your own oath. Even if you consider him an ally and traitor, he is in this moment. He's unable to defend himself at all.
Anything else?
That'll be it.
All right. Marcus.
Okay. So, I am going to bonus action use telepathic speech, and I am going to connect myself and Bhonken to the network. I'm still biting him.
Okay.
Still latched on him. You guys would see Marcus is like got him pretty much. He's like, I mean, Bhonken's a big fucking dude. He's actually like way bigger than Marcus, I believe. Bhonken, how tall are you? Like fucking 7 feet something?
6.8.
Yeah, and Marcus is literally only 5'10". He's a little average fucking Joe. So he's got Bhonken like in the corner, slouched, It's not messy. There's no blood like spraying out of him or anything. He's still as wounded as he was, but Marcus is latched onto his shoulder blade or wherever the hell he bit him. And then you guys see Marcus's hand goes up, and you would see like the little pink tendrils kind of come out of his hand, and he's gonna stick his hand to his head. And Candace, as I take my action, I'm going to use my verbal once I'm connected to show him while he's dying my transformation process. And I'm going to speed through the conversation. Bhonken, it would essentially be Marcus shows up at the fancy female vampires headquarters and pretty much pleads with her that he needs to be able to find a way back to the future without dying. And the only way he thinks he's going to be able to do that is with her help. She asks why. He says, because I made a promise to one of my best friends to get him home to his daughter, and I fear that with my current age, going backwards in time after having come forward in time is going to render me useless, aged, or to dust. And she says that's a pretty high probability, and she agrees to transform him. He, for like 3 or 4 days, undergoes this blood process where she drinks his blood down to pretty much nothing. He has to drink her blood, and then she, once he dies, buries him underground in that same area. And I'm just going to keep imparting, like Marcus waking up suddenly each of these nights, sweating blood, literally out of all of his pores. He's sweating blood and screaming in this locked coffin, fighting his way out, running around with this insatiable hunger, weeping and asking her, what the hell have I become? Until finally he gets it and settles down. But that is like flash forward, like a 72-hour horror show that gets played into your mind. And then I will use my action, and I am going to bite him again.
Okay. Should be
I
with
would-
advantage.
I was going to say, I think, doesn't it just automatically succeed? No?
I would say do it with advantage because if you get a nat 20, that's 2 death saving throws.
That's 22.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so that's, I mean, I'm not going to roll the damage because it's just a failed death saving
Mhm.
throw.
Yep. So,
And I'm bringing them all the way down to the bottom.
yep. So, Bonkin, you witness this, and on top of that, you also see Marcus talking to Sundamar a few times and saying, I don't want to forget what happened, just take away some of the anger. And then everything goes black, and suddenly you feel yourself floating. You've never felt this before. You've been close to it,
Oh, thank God.
but you are...
I thought he was coming back, missing that eye with like 7 deaths on his spirit, and I was like, I may have just fucked this up.
But you are right now floating, and it's actually really peaceful. However, you do get the a very sudden, severe, and what's the word I'm looking for? Just like the instinct, like, shit, I can't get home this way, and you start to panic.
So as soon as I feel the last bit of, as soon as I feel his heartbeat and his mind shut off, when I actually know he's dead, Marcus immediately lets go. You guys would see the tendrils kind of snap, the pink tendrils snap from his hand. Marcus will then stand up, just in case you guys want me to keep it in combat mode. He will take a 5-foot step back, and he's just going to point down at Bhonken, look at Tempest and say, okay. And then look at Aegis and say, you need to revivify him now.
Okay.
And I am my turn.
Aegis?
So do you guys want to stay in turn order?
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on to Kira.
Is it really obvious that Bunkin just died?
Because the lights, or because the darkness was gone and you were able to see what happened and you know what Marcus is, I will say yes.
Kira and Min and Sil are going to Well, Kira's just gonna look across the table at Marcus for just a long moment, an action's worth of time, and then she and the cats turn and leave the room. And that's going to be our turn. I will position them somewhere.
Okay. Bhonken, that's one turn. Tempest.
Hypnotic pattern over where Marcus is.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Way on the bottom. All right, so that's a 15 wisdom save.
Hold on one sec. Let me get that cube up.
Yeah, it's a 30-foot cube. I want to see where this is positioned because I think it's going to hit Aegis too.
No, it should be. Yeah, I think it's like right above where. Yeah.
Okay, got it. You said wisdom?
Wisdom 15.
19. Marcus sees the colors and kind of looks around, and then he glances at Tempest and just shrugs.
It was 50-50 that or Eldritch Blaster. All right, fine. He'll look over pleadingly to Aegis. Please help him.
All right, moving on to Aegis.
Aegis, first off, he is moving up, but he is looking at Marcus the entire time, and just before reaching out, the diamond goes, if he didn't need this so immediately, I would forcibly remove that vampirism of yours right where you stand. And he will cast Revivify on Bhonken.
All right. So Bhonken, as you are floating, you suddenly see a very bright light coming from pretty much nowhere, but also everywhere at the same time. And it is rose gold colored. And you can hear the end of Aegis's sentence. And suddenly you feel yourself get forced back into your body. And you are no longer dead.
Oh, nice.
You have successfully been revivified.
Question for you: Is everybody's first death free?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I have no idea how you do your system.
Yeah,
so I wanted
everybody's.
to check 'cause
You get one free, and then the rest are kind of.
everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one. Okay.
Thanks, Spider-Man.
I thought we were just gonna watch Bhonken Stone Soul here.
I
was
brought him
freaking
back
the
just
fuck
so you
out.
could kill him. Thanks, Lucy, for your time. All right. Yeah. So Bhonken, you guys would hear Bhonken take a breath, like a urgent. That was the word I was looking for earlier. Urgent. An urgent breath, and he is alive again. Still doesn't look the best, but is alive. Anything else, Aegis?
As a bonus action, he is going to stare down Marcus.
You're gonna use your bonus action? Okay. Environmental and bonus action to stare down Marcus. Okay.
Yep.
Marcus, it's your turn.
Marcus, he'll pop the visor, and you'll see the visor rise up, and he's gonna look over at Tempest and go, I did what you said the first time. You didn't have to fucking do that. And he looks down at Aegis. You can't remove this fucking thing. It's not a curse. Then he looks at Bhonken. Is Bhonken up, like active breathing?
He's breathing. I would
Is
say
he
his
conscious?
his eyes just popped open at this point. He's at
Okay.
Bhonken, you're at 1 hit point.
Then Marcus will turn, reach down, and kind of grab Bhonken by the gauntlet, and he's gonna pull him up while he is out loud saying, "It's about fucking time you came around. Now, do you see what you've made me become?"
Bhonken, you remember everything that Marcus showed you when you were dying. Everything. You remember the transition. You remember how painful it was for him, how terrifying it was, and how angry. You could feel his anger when he emanated that to you as well.
I end my turn, by the way. I'm not.
Okay.
There is just to be clear, this is not about Marcus at this point.
Okay. Does anybody else want to stay in turn order?
If it
Okay.
looks like the combat is done, yeah.
Yeah, Marcus kind of went back to his regular self and helped Bhonken up and is probably currently still propping him up at this point. It's okay if somebody does want to stay in turn order, I just want to make sure.
I mean, Aegis has a thing he would do, but it would just be immediately after we end turn order anyway, so we could go ahead and hop out of it, really.
Okay, alright. Alright, with that, Marcus is standing there with a very beat up Bhonken, kind of draped over his shoulder since Marcus is so much shorter than him, and that's where you guys find yourselves.
Get him inside. Get him inside.
He's inside.
Marcus, help him inside and further in,
sorry.
just out of the doorway.
Understood. Marcus reaches behind him and fucking pulls the door closed, realizing this may have gone down with passerbys.
When you guys turn around, Zachary still has his gun out pointing at everything and just has a look on his face and slowly lowers his gun.
Thank you for
What
your
about
vigilance,
Gale?
Master Zachary. Oh shit, I forgot.
Oh yeah, how's Gale looking through all this?
So, the darkness occurred, and you would have felt her body tense next to you, Tempest, because you guys were sitting like right next to each other. As you moved out, she didn't move. She stayed there. Right now, she is she's in her chair and she's just kind of like looking over her shoulder. You've recognized her stance, for lack of a better term, even though she's sitting. She's ready to cast a spell at a second's notice if needed. She's very much on guard at the moment.
Yeah, Tempest will make sure he approaches Gale. You're okay? You're all right? Everything? Everybody's safe now, I think, but you're okay?
Am I? Are we?
Yes.
Are we?
Yes.
For fuck's sake, everybody's fine. Master Bhonken is the one who's in deep shit here. Although, to be fair, he showed up looking pretty shitty to begin with, so that should have taken a lot more than it did. Maybe should we take him to the living room and let him sit? We don't have the couch in there anymore, do we? No, we put the couch in the main room. All right. Well, fuck it. Master Aegis, can we bring him to your room to lie down?
Hey.
So Marcus has got one arm around Bhonken's like shoulder blades and one kind of around his waist, like he's kind of got your arm draped over him. And as we're walking, he kind of shuffles through, holds up this bright red potion and says, "You fucking left this here, so you might as well drink it so you don't bleed out on me."
And just as a note, Aegis, Alan would have grabbed like the closest like pot with a handle and was ready to go if needed.
I was about to say frying pan, but a pot is even better.
Yeah, the closest that he has like a pot, like a pot with a handle that he was clearly going to wield as a weapon if necessary.
That's amazing. Candace, just for clarification's sake, I sent you a message.
All right, hold on a
It's
second.
just so I can make sure I have my facts right.
Answered.
I'm just gonna, by the way, just for sake of brevity on my end, I just kind of help Bhonken into Aegis's room and I sit him in that big ass, massive fucking comfy couch. Now it's kind of like Bear in the big blue house and the big comfy couch.
Yeah.
And then as I set him down, I'm gonna flip the visor down and send a text to Kira, and it's just gonna say, it'll say, you know what? Weird question, Candace. Do we have like fantasy language text capabilities?
Like, can you text an Elven?
Yeah. Can I text an Elven?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna send a text.
It has a
Elven.
keyboard, just like a Spanish keyboard.
Okay.
There's so many swirly letters. So many weird accents.
Yeah, it drives me crazy to look at. But I'm just gonna send you a message in Elven that says, "Where the hell did you go? We're in Master Aegis's room. Master Bhonken's fine."
Candace, I messaged you. There's a The message is red. You get that little pop up, and then there's a moment to respond before, like a moment's pause before the 3 dots, and then the go away, and then the 3 dots, and then the go away, and then it's just the um, dining room by the big table. In case we all need to talk. In Elven.
Yeah, you'll see it pop up as red, and then Marcus puts the visor up. Master Bhonken, you look like shit. Drink that fucking potion. It's yours. Speaking of which, he shouts, Master Aegis! Master Tempest! I probably shouldn't be doing the healing, but I can try.
Gail, I'm gonna just go talk to them. You,
Yeah, go.
I guess
Go.
hang out here, eat your breakfast. I'll be back.
Holy shit, he's missing an eye! I did not do that. He came in with a patch.
Yeah. So I.
Okay, what the fuck?
So yeah, I guess when Bhonken came in, it's not just that he's like badly wounded, but he looks older. His hair has just like grayed out a lot from the brown fur it had. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'll add it in a second. Also, yes, he is missing an eye. His clothes are in tatters, and the 2 dragon tattoos on his arm are just gone, as if as if his skin regrew without them.
Oh, not like burned away, but actually like healed over, or what?
Yeah, healed up.
Candace, judging by his aged look and knowing bugbears, can I attempt to discern how old he is now?
Yeah, you could do that. Let's do a. Why don't we do an?
Also, really dumb question. Is the door to Aegis's room open? Or did someone set
I
it
didn't
behind?
close it.
I
I
was
didn't close
about
it
to
coming in.
say, Aegis had just walked in there, and he would probably not have worried about closing it.
I think investigation makes the most sense, Marcus, for what you're asking.
Man, that's what I get for having a plus fucking 9. Ain't that some shit?
So
You deserve that. That's karma.
I'll give you a range
That's
though.
the worst of my fucking rolls chromatically. I'll take it.
With a 12, I would say you're not entirely sure exactly what age he is or how much he's aged, but the range is, somewhere between like 3 and 7 years older.
Oh. Marcus kind of like looks wide-eyed. You guys age like shit. Maybe it's the eye. How fucking old are you?
That's not what happened. What happened, Bhonken?
Oh, that's a better question. Maybe he's not any older. Maybe it was just a traumatic experience that made him look like this. Marcus pulls his eye patch up again and looks under. It's fucking gone.
Yeah, so the eye patch itself is actually made of like it's essentially a piece of his like old jacket that he used to wear that's just ripped off and attached. But Bonkin will say, well, honestly, a lot's happened. I'm just glad I came back to life here. And then thank you for the potion, Mr. Marcus, and I'll drink it.
Don't thank me, it's yours. It's a greater.
How much does that heal me?
44 plus 4. So... Oh god, you even drink like shit now.
It's like coming out of your throat. Jesus.
Oh, for fuck's sake, not my
let
holes.
me help. And Aegis is just gonna reach out. We're not gonna give a fuck. Max level. We're gonna dump him with a heal for 80 points.
All right.
Marcus visibly winces as that level of divine energy floods into him, and he lets go and kind of like rears back until the light dissipates.
And Tempest will cast close wounds on you as well.
Nah, he doesn't blink at that. No offense.
Slightly less divine energy in that one.
So that's
More
just
like
2
sexy
hit dice,
saxophone
right?
energy.
Heal yourself.
That's
Yeah, I
2 of
think
my own
it's-
hit dice, right?
Right, yeah.
I believe at our level it's 3 hit dice
Yeah, I'm
up
trying
2.
to see. It just says if the target creature has at least 1 hit point, you can spend 1 of its hits die to regain 4 points or the number that is rolled on that die, whichever
It
is lower.
should increase as your levels increase.
Yeah, I see it here. A creature touched by this spell can spend 1 additional hit die when you reach 5th level 2, 11th level 3, and 17th level 4.
So 3 hit dice.
Okay, so 3, yeah.
Marcus pulls another potion off of his potion pouch and puts it in Bonken's lap as he's getting worked over with healing, and he says, "This is yours too, by the way. This is your potion of hill giant strength. This is not mine to keep anymore. I'm deleting these. I'm deleting that from my inventory, so you take that." So, Mistress Kira, now that you're looking a little better, Mistress Kira says that she'd maybe like to have this conversation in the main room. Are you gents okay with that, or should I see if she'll come in here where it's more cozy?
I mean, how are you feeling to move, Bonken? It looks like you're at least, you have that hole in your neck at least filled.
Yeah, so that put me to full. I look great, minus the eye.
Holy shit, did your fur turn blonde again?
No, it's still gray.
Oh, sorry. It's a fucking visor. Got blood on it.
Yeah, I can move now, thank you.
Yeah, let's go into the living room then. Or the
Hey,
dining room, I guess.
Marcus just starts walking like nothing ever happened.
Zachary is standing in the doorway over here, kind of leaned up against the door frame. He's not entering the room all the way.
I'm sorry. I'm grabbing people's markers. I'm not trying to.
Get off my Zupo.
Master Zachary?
Yep.
Nope, just wanted to say your name. And he just keeps walking and he sits down.
Okay.
Kira
Gail,
is
I'm sorry.
no, sorry, I was gonna say Kira is currently sitting on the floor, leaned up against whatever furniture this is. Min is definitely on like high alert, but is sitting next to her. And Kira has, shockingly, her tablet on her lap at the moment. And her head is down and she's looking at the device. Hard to see her past Min. And then Syl is, of course, on Min.
Mistress Kira?
Hmm?
I've brought the boys. And he takes his helmet completely off and sets it down in front of him. At this point, Bhonken, you would notice if you hadn't really, well, you probably wouldn't have had much of a chance to see it before, except maybe in the vision that I put kind of programmed in. But Marcus, obviously, he's got fangs that are not like Nosferatu obnoxious, but they're noticeable. They're a little bit more detailed than they were prior with his just natural fiendish self. But his eyes have the reflective qualities of animals when the light hits their eyes, but it's pink. So everywhere he looks, you'll see kind of like a pink reflection over his pupils. Just so you know.
Before Tempest comes in the room, by the way, he's going to just call over to Gail. Gail, we're going to have a conversation in the dining room. You know what? Here, I'm going to send Zupal your way to kind of hang out with you a little bit.
You'd see her nod to you through the doorway, and she kind of gives you a look that you recognize at this point. It's the same look she gives you every time you leave, of like, please don't die.
I'll give her the I hope not look.
So reassuring. Okay.
Kira is going to get up to go sit by. Wow. To sit in the chair that Tempest
No.
takes.
Sorry. Yeah, you go. You go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you mean this one? Yoink.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah, Kira goes and sits, notably scooching the chair a little bit closer to Marcus. Min, however, does not go by Kira and instead goes and just shoves her head against Bhonken's side. It is not a gentle, it is a full head ram.
Yeah, so Bhonken isn't sitting down, but he, upon the ram, will just pat Min. It's good to see you again too, Miss Min.
There's a very mechanical growl, and then a turn, the tail flicks, and Min walks around the table to go and join Kira and Marcus.
So I probably have some explaining to do.
A little bit.
Why don't you sit first?
Doesn't he look wonderful?
No, you look like shit.
No, he looks great. You and Master Aegis did an amazing job bringing him back to health.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, we
he's
did,
missing a
but
fucking eye. I'd like
Yeah,
to know
that.
about that for sure.
yeah, that.
Actually, I'm already starting to have thoughts. Master Aegis, do you think we might be able to regenerate that fucking thing? Because he is going to be way less useful without that eye.
Stories
Oh,
first.
sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. My apologies. I've already gotten my licks in. Master Bhonken, your turn.
Kira's gonna reach out and just kind of put a hand on Marcus's arm as he was leaning forward, just kind of gently, just kind of a comforting hand, and then realize what she's doing and jerk her hand back.
Yeah, you can tell he's excitable right now. He's in a mood.
I'd like to think that that's happening on the eye that
It
has
is,
his
it's on
eye
the wrong
patch, so
side.
he can't. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So you
If
can't,
you can't see it.
Right. Well, last time I told you I'd want to go up to my room, because we unlocked the gin lady from her bottle, and I wanted to also feed me fish and think on some things.
A couple of days ago.
Only a couple days.
Well,
It's only been 2 days since you left.
for us, it may have only been a few days, but it looks like he's been through shit.
Clearly more.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, as I was sitting in your room after I fed me fish, the gin lady popped up, and she said, "Hold on, let me just get the exact words so I don't fuck this up."
Such a weird thing for her to say.
Sorry, you said sitting in your room, right?
Yeah, on me bed.
Oh, thank God
Okay,
for that
okay,
clarification.
okay,
No, I
thank
heard
you.
it too, Master Tempest.
Sorry, sometimes your accent makes me think you said something terrible. Got it. Go ahead.
I was in there. I knew there wasn't any beef on the carpet, but I thought for a moment.
She said, I looked troubled and looked like I could use the wish. And so I thought about it. But in the end, I didn't want you guys to fight the dragon because we were talking about that before I left. Especially because Mr. Marcus said it was a good dragon. And I also didn't want any of you to get hurt because of just me going home from what I could tell. So, I was a bit selfish for once and decided to use the wish to go back. That never happened. I never made it home. When I opened my eyes, I was someplace else. And remember the Kenku with the gnome, Mr. TW?
Motherfucker.
Did they intercept you somehow?
What did you wish?
I wish to go home.
Wait, just like that? I wish to go home.
Yeah, I wish to go home to me dog.
You stupid fuck.
Gotta be careful with wishes,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to Genie.
Okay, so you awoke, and what then? Because obviously some shit went down.
Yeah, for the next 3 years, I fought him and died again and again and again. And every time I wake back up and it start, and every time I tried to get the upper hand or landed it, it just didn't happen until eventually he messed up and I got out. And I immediately made me wait here.
Well, what, were you in a basement or something? How the fuck where did you come out of? Like, you must have been somewhere nearby.
Candace, so what was the terrain? I don't think you ever told me.
Oh, sorry. So, the terrain that you were in when you were fighting the Kenku was like an open field. There were trees surrounding you, but when you were fighting him, there was an open field. About half the time, the other half the time, it was like you were fighting in ruins.
Sometimes it was a big open field. Other times we were in ruins.
No, you're not understanding my question, Master Bonkin. That's where you fought him. You said you escaped that point and made your way back here. When you left the ruins or the field, what happened that transitioned you back to this plane, and where did you exit from? Because we are going to need to trace that to get back to this fucker.
That's a good question, Candace.
You obviously must have come out of somewhere and been like, I must go north to New Haven. So where was that point?
So,
Sorry, DM.
no, it's okay. I have it written.
Oh, good.
Bonkin, as you were fighting this thing, you managed to figure out what to do, and instead of blocking the strike, you stepped into it and allowed the force to carry you back. And in doing so, and not resisting it, you embraced the momentum and managed to break through whatever the hell kind of time barrier you were dealing with. And when you broke through it, it was almost like falling for a really long time. You fell from practically nowhere and hit the ground really hard, right down the street from headquarters.
How do I explain that as bonk? What the fuck?
Do work, son.
Well, I think eventually I kind of just gave up and stepped into his shit. And then he hit me, and I flew, and I just hit something that wasn't there. And I broke through, and then I felt for a really, really long time. And then I woke up probably like a block away from this place.
The fuck? So you were in a pocket plane?
I'm not sure.
Marcus looks at Kira and Tempest and they just, is that what that sounds like to you?
Kind
I'm
of sounds
gonna-
like that.
And
While he's talking, I'm gonna get out the Vandicar and just flip the switch and kind of slide it towards Bhonken a little bit. Because I want to know if he was in a temporal anomaly. Because that sure as fuck what this sounds like.
Yeah,
Alright.
Bonkin, would you describe it kind of as like, I guess I've heard it described as rubber banding? Like, you felt like you were like getting to a point in time and then snapping back and getting to a point in time and then snapping back? Is that what happened to you for the past 3 years?
Sometimes, whenever I got the upper hand or when I died, that I will wake up again.
How did
That
you know it was
really-
3 years?
Oh, fucking look at him. Oh, how did he know? Sorry.
Because me dad started turning gray at 43.
Bonkin, take an inspiration if you don't have one.
Here, just accept that. Can you come here and put your hand on this, please?
Sure.
He might be able to just reach across the fucking table.
Actually, no, he'll walk over. I debated it.
I'm gonna turn with the machine. I want the clearest reading of him that I can.
Okay. I sent it over to you.
I sent a follow-up question.
All right, 1 second.
I don't
Give
like
me-
the face you
Give
just
me
made.
an intelligence check, Kira.
Flat roll.
Yeah.
22.
That's a good one. All right, hold on. All right, so from your experience with this and a 22 for your intelligence check, what this is telling you is that whatever happened with him definitely was time related, and because that's the purple one, and then the red one going the opposite direction of the purple one tells you, yeah, I mean you guys have messed with it enough. It tells you that he spanned multiple years. That's what you would know. Multiple years. I'm trying to think because Walkini didn't tell you too terribly much, so I don't want to over-inform you, but
Nope, but I've been using it and piecing things
yeah,
together
so-
bit by bit.
yeah, so I would say that you know that he spanned more than just 3 years. He only aged 3 years, but with the resonance that you're seeing and the lack of harmony, many years were spanned.
Here, I don't think that was just 3 years.
No, I think it was probably 3 years.
It feels like more.
Oh, well, never mind. I was gonna say you're only as old as you feel, so how fucking long did this really take him?
How old do you feel, Bhonken?
Good question. Very.
Very isn't a
Felt
made up.
like, it felt like forever, to be honest.
Well, I mean, this is the first time I've seen readings like this, but yeah, it does track with the rubber banding. I was getting some very, 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 very small readings like this after what happened in the building. But you're here now. I don't see anything that says that you're likely to immediately fall out of time again. I just think that you probably leapt forward and back quite a few times. You're going to need to sleep for probably at least a day.
I have a question real quick. So you may or may not have been in some kind of pocket plane. You kind of tore through whatever it was that was trapping you. Was anything left behind? Like you said, you were just down the block, right? Was
Uh,
was there anything like left behind? Was there like a big like magical gaping tear in the air there? Was it?
no, I couldn't see anything when I looked up.
It's probably like he was plane shifted from wherever he was to where he is now, or was a moment ago.
So there's no like way to like kind of retrace.
Well,
Actually, there might be.
no.
Yeah.
And she's gonna say in Elven, you first.
Marcus just blurts out, he goes, well, I was just thinking if we have Master Bhonken take us back to the point where he fell, and Mistress Kira can do her thing with, and he kind of like taps on the box. This thing, maybe we can...
Don't tap on it!
Oh, shit, sorry, I forgot. This thing's like an explosive, isn't it?
It's an
No.
explosive?
No,
I think
it's
so.
not likely to explode, but it is does have the slight potential side effect of locking us in a temporal anomaly ourselves.
Oh, that would be terrible. Not interested in rubber
Yeah, please don't
bands
knock
at
on
all.
that.
But yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Do you remember where you fell?
Yeah, it shouldn't have you about a block away.
Yeah,
I
there
wonder
we
if
go.
it's by that statue that we pass on our morning runs.
The weird one?
That's the weird one.
Oh, okay. No, it's just fair. I think there's only one statue out there, but well, maybe take a
Only
look
one
at that.
statue worth noting.
True.
Is it near the statue, Candice? Because I've gone on runs with Marcus.
I take the same route every day.
That's right. You did run with him a lot. Yeah, the statue.
Which is why
the
I'm
statue,
free now.
The statue would probably be the closest thing that you could use as like a scenic reminder, I guess. It's not like right on top of it, but that would be the closest thing that stands out.
Like nearest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's close by. If you're talking about the same statue that Mr. Marcus runs by.
Well, then that's.
I mean, I'm definitely not suggesting we go follow that trail now, like back to where it leads. But I mean, we're definitely going to need to know how to get these back to these bastards.
We are going to need to go and get readings now before the temporal nuances of. Yes. I don't know if I'm up for going after Did you please tell me you put their asses down before you broke through the temporal barrier and plummeted into our current plane in time?
If I understand right, you said he punched you so hard he knocked you out of a pocket plane. Is that what I heard, basically?
Yeah, I kind of leaned into it and she gave up.
Punched you out of existence is what I'm hearing, basically.
Punched you back into
it. Yeah, punched him out of his existence and into ours. Apparently, he was our fucking problem then.
No, every time I tried to get a hit in or could do something to hit him, time would just put me back.
You said that you died over and over and over for years. And Marcus will glance across the table at Aegis. Master Aegis, is there any way for you to delve into his spiritual energy and see how many times he's died? How many marks has his spirit taken?
I can try. I've never attempted it before, but always first for everything.
Okay, if you're gonna attempt that, go ahead and give me a religion check.
You'll get an inspiration from Tempest.
What's the size on that?
It's a
D8.
D8.
Good thing too. I'm gonna need it. You know what? Just to go ahead and make sure, I'm gonna use my DM inspiration too.
All right.
Sorry, I'm out of genius to offer.
Oh no, you got one of
I go from a
Marcus's.
5 to a 4. It really was a Marcus inspiration.
Hey, y'all gotta stop blaming me for that bullshit. I don't even get inspirations anymore. I don't do anything inspirational, so I don't have to.
Baloney. Okay.
So it's an 11 plus whatever this D8 is.
All right. Yep. Roll the D8.
It's a 13.
Okay.
You should have prayed first. Damn.
So with the 13
I
and
think
your
I think you get to re-roll that and take the higher, if I remember right.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right.
Oh, yeah, because you're bard specific things.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, roll again, and you choose which one to take.
It's still a 13.
I guess it's gonna be the 2.
All right.
My dice hate me.
Well, get it out of the way now, because you guys do some crazy shit. All right, so Aegis, with a 13 and with your experience dealing with spirits, it's kind of your thing. I will give you this. As you start to kind of look him over and you let Soon take over your vision, you really only see the way that it appears to you is almost like the ethereal plane kind of showing through in like a spot or a hole in the spirit, and you only see one. And you suspect that it's the one that you just fixed. However, that being said, you see places all over that appear to be weakened. Not holes, not straight through, but places all over that appear to be weakened. Like, he definitely did suffer a lot for a very long time.
Okay, question then. Just because I do have the slot for it still. Is that weakening something that a greater restoration might fix?
Give me another religion check. Okay, yeah, with the 17, you know that it could help. A greater restoration could help. There's not a 100% guarantee because you're not exactly sure what caused it. It's almost like bruising. As silly as it sounds to say, it's like bruising of the spirit as opposed to a straight up injury.
Gotcha. So it's kind of like with contusions, how you might not see a bruise on the skin, even though
Exactly.
you bruised the muscle.
100%. I
Gotcha,
love
gotcha.
that too. You used contusion correctly as an EMT. I'm so proud of you.
The only reason I was able to so well is because I had one when I was in high school.
That sucks.
It seems like that's the only one, but his spirit is definitely weaker.
Hmm. Well, I suppose that the strain on your spirit, the mark, is the one that I gave you, something to remember me by for all of eternity, regardless of where you are. Which, to be clear, was done of free will, whether or not I'd undertaken any sort of vampiristic ritual. That would have happened before as well. Master Bhonken, I'm sorry that it had to come to that. I love you dearly, but I was ready to travel back in time to deal that to you if it were necessary. It just so happened the fates dropped you right into my lap. Master Aegis, and just so you and I are clear, my vampirism is not a curse like you think it is. It is much deeper than that. It is supernatural in nature and afflicts me in a way that is. The best way I can say it is it's supernatural. I am not dead. I am not living. I am something stuck in between, and it has not been laid on me like a curse. I am not a lycanthrope. Master Tempest, I applaud your attempts to subdue me. In the future, if I lose myself in the heat of combat at any point, which by the way I hadn't lost myself, I was doing exactly as I intended, which is why I did not turn on the rest of you. Do not waste your time with anything that can charm me. I promise you I'm not affected by it. Or at least I won't be. I have a very guarded mind. My psyche is very protected by my illithid blood, and any attempt to charm me will eventually nullify itself, so long as I have psychic energy left in my body.
Kira mutters in again in Elven. No more beholder besties then?
Marcus chuckles and then looks at Kira, kind of like puts his fist on the table and in Elven, no more beholder besties, though I'd like to go back for round 2 with that son of a bitch since I learned this little trick. So, yes, I don't know if I have much more to say. Master Bhonken, I have your fishing rod upstairs, as well as a couple of other of your personal belongings that you left here. I don't have any coin because I've transferred everything to the bank, but I'll give you all the money back that you left here if you're interested in it. We probably need to get you suited up, and Master Aegis, I mean this quite seriously, what do we need to do in order to get him his fucking eye back? Also, sorry, before you answer that, Master Bhonken, can we hear the story of how you lost that fucking eye? Because that's pretty badass.
Well, yeah, first, I guess not.
Wait,
Uh,
hold on. And she's going to pull out one of the tech gadgets, flip it on to record, and just slide that over. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, first off, I kind of want to keep it as a reminder. Second, I lost it when you punched me in that last one. The charge, I guess the realm or whatever you call it, hit me eye. And cut it. And then I landed face down here, which made it worse.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that you lost that eye like 20 minutes ago?
Yeah, that's
Fuck,
why
you
it
make
was
me
still
feel
bleeding
bad.
when I got here.
Yeah, that's fair. You make me feel bad for putting a mark on your spirit now, but it had to be done.
I would probably heal that guy. I mean, right? It'd take a little while, but it would probably bring it back.
Yeah, so
Nice.
I explained the eye patch is actually just like a piece of his jacket that he wore before that's just tied around his like eye. It's not a real eye patch.
Not yet.
Can I at least make you a better patch? Because, Bhonken, I love you, but you can do better.
Can you make him a cybernetic eye? How
And
much
she
do you need?
immediately gets that look like, can I?
Do we have any beholder eyes up there?
Oh, no. No.
I do.
Oh, wait. No. Yes. What, do you have a stalk eye? You can pop it in
Yeah,
his head and
of
maybe he
course
can
I do.
shoot beams out of it.
Wait, I don't have I'm missing some of the nerves, though, so I
Okay,
can...
how much money do you need?
That's
Is
not
this
a
something we can
money
just
thing.
throw money at? Fuck
That
me.
is not a money thing. I do, in fact, have... I'm scrolling through my list of weird things. Yeah, I do, in fact, have some beholder eyes upstairs, but they're sans nerve. I have some of the stalks, I have some of the membrane. No, I don't think they would be compatible, though. Cybernetic eye, I might be able to.
Marcus whispers in Elven, do you think you might be able to take some of the nerves out of my head with my illithid
No.
blood and connect it psychically to just manifest the...
No.
Okay. He switches to common. Never mind.
Aegis, what are you doing during this time?
There's a lot that Aegis would have been wanting or trying to say, and then just go, I'll go ahead and see what I can do. And he'll just start heading off towards the kitchen and call for Zachary.
Yeah, Zachary's still kind of leaning in the doorway, just watching. Like, it seems like he's trying to keep a respectful distance, but still be a part of it, sort of.
As Aegis is walking away, just really quickly, as he's kind of like getting down off the table and walking away, Marcus will kind of put his hand out and say, Master Aegis, just so there's no contention between us, you said something about my oath and breaking it. I want you to know that I am bound by soul and blood to both of my oaths, and if I would have broken it, I'd be a pile of ash on the kitchen floor right now. For whatever it's worth to you.
Allow me to explain my mental image of it right now. I can understand an act of passion. You did what you felt was necessary, and I can understand that. But what if I was not here? What if, on a whim, decided not to bring back Bhonken? You and I both, in case of the second one at least, may as well be both murderers. It makes you no different than Frozen Phoenix. You put his life at risk just to go ahead and get your revenge.
It wasn't revenge. You're looking again. You called out my oath specifically, and I'm telling you, my oath was not broken. I am literally bound by my soul and
I
my
get
blood.
what you are saying. What I am saying is that I think you have lost yourself further and further in this time than you realize. And he would just leave it at that and begin walking away.
Aegis, I talked to Marcus a bit over the past couple days. It's hard to put into words, but that was more a fulfilling of the oath and a resetting of the balance than just about anything else I have seen. And as for whether or not you were here, I'm not much for religion, but and I think pretty much everyone in this room has faith that this happened exactly when and where and how it was meant to for all of us. Don't. This is a balancing of the scales. It wasn't revenge.
Even
Marcus
if
doesn't
it
say a
were,
word.
to be honest, um, I think first off, it was a selfish thing of me to do. Not sure if it wanted death, but that's Mr. Marcus's style. Even when we were in the arena, he said he'd execute any fighter there, as well as it's just how Mr. Marcus is. He's a fighter, a soldier. Is what he, is the way he is. I don't blame him for it. Also, Miss Kira, you sound a lot like Marcus in his Destiny things.
Maybe she's gonna side eye a little bit. Not that Bhonken can necessarily see that. Maybe he's rubbing off on me a little.
Aegis would just turn back towards Bonkin real quick. Those two on an item now. And with that, he'll just finish leaving.
Yeah, what?
I mean,
Marcus leans
it
forward.
is. He's not wrong though. Like that, it was a risk. I I don't think I would probably be able to revivify him if I just couldn't.
I could have, which is why I did it when I did it, but I had the utmost faith in Master Aegis's abilities, which is why it happened exactly when it did. I can bring anybody in this house back from the dead if need be. You may not like my methods, but it's possible. But I have so much fucking faith in every single one of you that I knew I was not the only one capable of making it happen. We would not just leave him as a rotting corpse on the floor. That's why we dragged Master Aegis's brother's corpse from some other reality back into our house and left him stinking for days, dug a 6-foot hole for him, and then brought him back out of the hole and put him in a bed where he laid, continually rotting and festering, all with the faith that somehow he'd be brought back, and son of a bitch, he did.
Oh, is he awake now?
Oh, he's
Yeah.
very awake, and he was going to crack me across the skull with that pot, I think, because he looked very upset. Which I understand. I didn't expect anybody to be okay with what happened, and it was gut instinct. I mean, I'm an instinctual creature. What can I say?
Oh, hey, Mr. Zachary, sorry, I couldn't see you. No.
Yeah, you guys would.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Kira's when with the seeing Zachary. Oh, couple of people you're not going to recognize in the kitchen. One of them is Ellen. I don't know if you'll recognize him being up and healthy. The other is Gail. She's living here now. She also got kidnapped again we handled the situation. It's been an eventful couple of days. Now you're more caught up to speed.
So much gear staying with Mr. Tempest now.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was a vampire incident that happened with her again, so trying to keep that from happening again.
Oh, that I don't think that'll happen again.
I don't think it'll happen again. I don't think it'll happen again. Hopefully not, unless some other fucking vampire faction is out there and we created another fucking power. I'm sorry.
No, there isn't, Master Tempest. Listen, I know that your body is riddled with anxiety. I can assure you, on behalf of my sire, the one who, by the way, I wanted to kill and you all wanted to make friends with, to be clear, there is nothing else out there. She is safe now.
I think we were all ready. We were all expecting a fight when we were invited, to be fair.
But I walked in with my fisticuffs ready and everybody told me to shut up. Kind of shut up.
So Bhonken, you say hi to Zachary. He pops his head back in the door and says, "Hey Bhonken, I'm glad you're back. Do you need anything? We are going to make a store run."
I might need some fresh clothes. Why not? Kinda in
Yes, you do.
tatters.
Alright, got it. And then Aegis, Alan, and Zachary all head out the back door.
Bhonken, this is, and she's gonna go through various bags. I've got your phone. It's fully charged.
Marcus leans down to Kira and kind of like whispers in her ear, do you still have his bank app installed on that?
I think before, like, as he whispers that, because Bhonken's not hearing it, because my perception's at disadvantage now, Miss Kira, I left things for you guys for a reason. I took what I needed, and I still have me gauntlets and the beads Mr. Aegis gave me, and the silver ring you gave me.
I'm glad, but you need your phone.
Yes, I'll take that one.
And
Also,
you probably
I-
need your fishing pole. It's upstairs in my room. So
I also missed. I, as Cat, missed what Marcus said. What he whispered.
He whispered in Elven, do you still have his banking app on that thing?
Of course, I have it on his device, or on his phone and on mine.
Thank God. Okay, does he know how to use it?
There's a little bit of a snorted laugh. Maybe.
Okay, I'll just go make a withdrawal. Never mind.
Oh, I can make sure he's got whatever he needs.
Okay, fine. Marcus flips his visor down and I'm going to transfer 12,000 gold to Bhonken's account.
Okay.
Kira's gonna look at his phone before, like, as she's handing it over, she's gonna swipe to clear the notification, knowing Bhonken's not gonna know how to go and search for it. But there's the quick little, because she's not that rich.
Neither am I anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what I end up spending my money on, but I always feel poor. Yeah, but Bhonken, take your phone back. I'm not saying that poor shit out loud. Take your phone, I'm deleting it from my inventory. You don't get a choice in this, you're getting your fucking phone.
Yeah, that's fine. I only left it because I didn't, I thought I was going home, so it wouldn't work.
I have a random question for you, Bhonken. I just thought about this a little bit more. The genie, when she came back to you, did she seem like the same genie that we talked to earlier, or was there anything different about her that you can remember?
I am gonna ask Candace that question.
So, I'll say while you're thinking about it now, give
You
me...
want me to make a history check?
No, do a perception, but do it normal. Because this would have been what you perceived at the time. So this is you thinking back on...
Nice.
I said normal, Lucy.
Well, it's not with disadvantage.
I hate to see what disadvantage looks like. Okay, you weren't, I mean, you didn't get a real great look at her initially, so there's nothing that really stands out. However, roll an insight check for me. As you're thinking back on your interaction.
3.
Oh, Lord. I mean, she seemed
So
like
much
a,
for that path.
she seemed like a djinn, like, you know, she was granting wishes and shit.
Listen, it was over 3 years ago. I can't remember.
That's fair.
I honestly can't remember, Mr. Tempest. I think
Yeah.
it was the same one.
Yeah, sorry. I had forgotten that a lot of time had passed for you. It's very strange. Okay. I don't know. I thought maybe, it was the genie that was being controlled by the Kenku and the gnome. I don't know. I'm hoping, kind of grasping at straws a little bit on that one, I guess.
Also, I want
I'm
to
glad
point
you're
out
back, though.
Wonken has never used his banking app. I don't even think he has a card.
I have no idea it exists. I can't imagine.
He absolutely does, because Kira's had your phone and helped you set up your phone initially. So yes, you are fully enrolled in the banking app. You can add the gold. You just might not know how to spend it yet. It's gonna be really weird when your phone, like, you go to like look at something and your phone wallet just pops up with the tap to pay because you know she set that up for you too.
Sorry, anyway. What were you saying, Tempest?
I was just saying, I'm glad you're back.
Um,
I'm sorry you didn't make it to your family, of course, but I'm glad you're back.
I'm gonna be honest. I am not too happy to be back, but I'm happy to see all of you.
Well, I guess I should, rephrase that. I'm happy that you're in a safe place now.
I
Also,
think
we've
Master
been
Aegis left to get your eye fixed, by the way. You're positive you don't want that. You want to keep that, correct?
Yeah, I think it's best if I keep it as is.
Yes. Unfortunately, I think his pious nature is clouding his mind as he wasn't even really listening to what I was saying. So we may need to maybe send him a text so he doesn't go spend a bunch of resources on trying to get that thing regenerated. The text
On
should
it.
probably not come from. Thank you.
Kira's gonna send Aegis. I don't know if he can hear me at the moment.
He usually can hear.
I think
Yeah.
he's getting grandma's meds real quick.
I believe that the headset usually goes with, so you should be good.
You can always send a message in.
That's true.
Yeah.
In Discord.
We'll send said text.
Master Bong. Oh, sorry, please, my dear. Kira, Mistress Kira.
Kira's ears darken again. We were finding other ways to not have to fight the dragon to be able to get you back home. So that's still a thing we might have possibly figured out, so we can still possibly handle that. Instantly flustered. She was not flustered 0.2 seconds ago.
That'd be great.
They're adorable now, aren't they?
To be clear, you
I
never
am-
saw your daughter?
Never saw her again. No, none until before we left.
Fuck. So we're back on track then. I do want you to know, Master Bhonken, that being somebody who's been around and surrounded by death my entire existence, I am sorry about what I had to do to you. And I hope that you can maybe eventually forgive me, maybe eventually trust me. If not, and you want to, stay somewhere else or do something else with your existence, that's fine by me. But being that you're here, and being that I made a promise to you when you were here the last time, I do still intend on getting you home to your daughter. And I'm coming with you. I will ferry you through time and space in order to make sure that happens. So do with that what you will.
I don't, like I said, blame you for what happened. And it happened for, I guess, over 3 years, if what Miss Kira says is true. So, it doesn't bother me anyway. As for what you showed me, what you're saying, I guess what happened between you and Miss Kira, I'm gonna have to think about all that later. For now, I'm not gonna do that.
Wait, hold on. Back up. What do you mean? What happened between me and Miss Kira?
Yeah, and he's gonna point to basically both of you like right next to each other.
And
What
Miss
does that
Kira
have to do
turning
with me
more
killing
red.
you?
Nothing. It's just one of the things I need to think about because it's changed.
Oh, well, don't think too hard.
Yeah,
It's
It's one
nothing's
of the
changed.
easier things.
it's nothing.
She's
Just-
Kira, who still has her phone in her hand, is going to send a text to Marcus almost immediately that says, "It's nothing?" Question mark? Question mark?
The headset on the table buzzes, and Marcus picks it up suddenly and slides it on. Give me a moment. This might be Master Aegis. He flips it.
Got a lot to learn
Yeah.
about relationships, Marcus. Honestly, it's something that's been brewing since day one, obviously. But it's nice to see that them finally, admitting it to themselves.
Yeah,
Nothing to
I
admit.
figured, I figured this would happen. When Mr. Marcus gave Kira his cloak and she turned red.
Did you know that was meant to be an insult?
She didn't turn red. Her ears turned dark gray. But sorry, excuse me. Moment. Just checking to see who this is. Marcus will type ... We'll talk later. Boop. Takes the headset off, sets it down. So, Master Tempest, I know I've explained a little bit of my thought process during this whole thing, and Master Bhonken has talked about this whole thing, but I don't want to continue to exist in the same household if there's any sort of contention or grudge holding or fear between either you or Gale, who is our house guest. So is there anything that we need to clear up, anything that we need to make known, anything that we need to do? Again, and I don't say this lightly, I'm telling all of you, if I would have violated my oath, I'm not kidding, I will turn to a pile of dust on the floor. That is a contingency I had built into my oath in case something dominates my mind and has me do something against it.
Well, I suppose Gail should probably know at some point before having to learn the hard way. Not
That
the hard way, but the terrifying way of. Thankfully, the darkness spell was up, so she didn't see that.
shit. Do you want me to gently, telepathically impart it so she does not? Okay, we'll just leave
Sorry.
that alone. I will let you do the talking.
Yeah, I'm having somebody speak to you telepathically can be convenient at times, but it's also terrifying at times because you don't know if you're going crazy,
Holy
especially if you're
shit.
not expecting it. Yeah.
Do you mean that seriously?
First couple times you did it to me, I was pretty sure I was going fucking crazy. Yeah.
Marcus looks legitimately concerned.
Yeah, and to be fair, Marcus, it was just your people's way of doing things. Everybody, you guys never even considered outsiders and what it might do to them. So this is actually like an epiphany for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I never mentioned it before necessarily. I mean, kind of jokingly, but that's kind of the way I approach things. It's a little fucking terrifying, not gonna lie.
I mean, you're right. I kind of apparently don't really pick up on social cues. I'm so sorry. Fuck, was that with all of you? I've been sending mental images to everyone in this house and around us for months?
I mean, we've gotten used to it now, but...
Yeah, but what about all the strangers? Guys, I reach out to a lot of random people we meet. Fuck me. Okay. Oh my god, I have so many apology letters to write.
I wouldn't worry about it. Just take it as a learning experience.
You think
Yeah.
I should just seek them all out and impart?
Nope.
No.
Okay. That's a joke. I'm too small for that. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Smart, maybe, but I mean, like you said, you don't really pick up on the social cues. So.
I know. It was explained to me after that first meeting with the Frozen Phoenix that I should not have taken my gun out and put it on the table in front of her. But we did get what we wanted. Though it may have been... Okay, all right. I fucked up. I'm sorry.
I mean, to be fair, you have asked for permission to go into people's minds, and that's good. That's a step. I'm just saying, like, sometimes it's a little bit jarring. So,
Fair enough. If you would like
especially-
her to see the visions as they were in truth and reality...
what the visions of you being transformed?
What? Do you want me to just walk in the fucking room and Marcus, then he bares his fangs and his eyes, you see like the pink flash in his eyes go... You want me to show her... Okay,
No,
well, fuck,
definitely.
what do you...
I'm just saying, like,
You want me to be more subtle like this?
Talk. We're just gonna talk about it. We're not gonna show her. Just talk, not show. That's what we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna handle this.
Do you want me to be in the room and quiet while you explain it to her so she has a physical point to... I don't want
Probably
to
just talk to her about it. I'm
really...
going to talk to her about it first.
Okay,
I'm going to talk
you
to her
do
about
it,
it
yes,
first. It's not, honest. I'm sorry. Like, I think like maybe being in the same room as another vampire is probably gonna like to her knowledge is gonna freak her out a little bit. And even if I'm talking to her,
that's
you know what I mean.
She's got all the vampire. Fuck me.
Okay,
no, that's fine. Just tell me. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Okay? I'll just stay out of it.
I'll just talk.
Okay.
I'll talk to her.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Sorry, dear. Mr. Skira.
Yeah, Marcus, you don't need to
Yes.
do anything.
Understood.
Let Tempest talk to his girlfriend.
Done.
Also, Tempest, don't forget that we did actively hide the vampirism so as not to startle her before.
I know, but like I said, I'd rather her find out through me or through like some less terrifying way.
Oh,
Like
no,
I said,
you should tell her.
Exactly. I'm going to tell her. I'm just saying, like, I don't want. I want to tell her instead of having her find out by like Marcus diving onto Bhonken's neck and draining him dry.
Yep. Why don't you?
Yeah.
You know what? Why don't you go talk to her now?
I think I'm gonna go upstairs and have a lie down for maybe like the next 45 minutes or so, because I am fucking drained. No, I'm not. I'm full of vigor. Nobody's drained.
I'm gonna just
Master Bhonken-
elbow him.
Excuse me. Upstairs we go.
We're going to talk to Gail.
As you all go split up, you'll just hear Bonken say, "Yeah, I missed all of you."
As Marcus walks past Bhonken, he will put his hand on Bhonken's shoulder, and he'll kind of reach around, and I'm gonna just kind of like with my middle finger touch the 2 bite marks, and he's gonna lean down and just say, I think that we should probably get these healed up. There's no sense in showing the world what I had to do to you. Come back up to my room, and I have some of your belongings when you're ready. And he kind of pats him on the shoulder and goes upstairs.
As long as you're not giving me any more money, I really don't need it right now.
That deed is already done, Master Bhonken, and he walks upstairs.
Kira just nods smugly.
Okay.
PD.
Aegis, did you want to? Are you still gonna head to where you were heading to, in spite
Yeah,
of?
it-
Okay.
Despite of the text,
Mhm.
he would still go ahead and be heading on out.
Okay. Hold on one second. We're gonna do a little sheen switch. No, scene
Sheen switch.
shift. Sheen switch. Give me one second.
That's when you just like da-na-na, and that's it. No tongue twisters.
Oh, cool. It still has Aegis and Alan in there from last time. All right. Okay, so Zachary drives you to Apothecary, and When you get there, Umi is just kind of walking from shelf to shelf, like facing things. The store is empty. Nobody else appears to be there.
So he'd go ahead and just kind of, he's about to walk in and then just turn. You guys just give me a moment. And then he'll go ahead and walk in.
All right. And when you walk in, her eyes light up, and she says, "Well, I'm. You said you weren't going to be a stranger."
It's already, it's been a little bit too much.
What's going on?
So at first we thought we might have to make a deal and or fight a time dragon, and then somebody used a wish from a genie that we got that we're not even sure if it's I don't know. All I know at this point is we had one person leave thinking he was gone forever, and then he came back, and now we're kind of up in the air about everything, and just there's so much that's happened, and at times he just kind of stops, and it doesn't even know what to say in the moment.
She listens for a little bit while you're talking, and then you'd see her eyes look sad, but she smiles, and she says, "The burden of wisdom tends to get very heavy when it's more than just you. I think you're feeling that right now. Am I right?"
It feels like that and so much more, because what I've even said already isn't really everything, but I just don't know what to do at this point. One of the few times in my life I've never really known what to do.
Well, what do you think your options are?
He would just kind of be looking and just it's the thing where he's talking obviously, but he's talking with himself internally and everything after she says that.
She just kind of waits patiently and lets you think through it. She is just kind of, she's just standing there, like there for you without being all a bit in your face.
I hate to say it because we just got Bhonken back. There has been it, so there's the chaos of everything that I had mentioned before, but there's, as with any group, there's some bumps in the road. Can't help it. A lot of times I've wondered if I can let some of these go, though, or if I lose too much of myself in that process.
Would you like some unsolicited thoughts?
I will take absolutely anything you have to offer.
A lot of times we lose ourselves when we're not willing to figure out who we are, meaning we have a vision of who we think we are, and if that shifts in any way, we grab onto it tighter because it's scary. But you wouldn't be here if you weren't supposed to be. And I don't know all of the details, and I don't know what's making you feel like you've changed, but seeing the things you've seen and having to do the things that you and your group have to do is going to change you. And you can embrace it and use it to fulfill what you're supposed to be doing, or you can fight it and never reach that potential. And obviously you have high potential. And her eyes sort of subconsciously look up toward the sky. You don't just get magic from gods or goddesses. You have to be the right person.
And what if I'm the right person for... And he'll kind of look up and everything. But I'm not the right person now that they need.
I think that when you stop being the right person, you stop being able to channel. When you stop being the right person, things will change for you instead of you forcing things to change. And consider it retirement. And she sort of looks around and motions to the shop.
Trust me, I ever retire from this place, I will make sure all of my magic goes to keeping these shelves stocked.
She smiles really big and she says, well, I sure hope so. But I don't think it's time. You said Bhonken is back?
Yeah.
So, what does that mean?
It means that we had a wish from a genie that we no longer have. He's back now, and it seems like something got in the way of fulfilling the wish that was granted, possibly. He's going to take a moment and think. First off, and I know this magic is of a high level, but is there anything like a regeneration that you have?
Let me check.
I know they've messaged me already not to worry about it, but I kind of can't help it.
Okay. Did he come back without like a foot or something?
Without an eye.
Ooh. Okay. Let me check. And she'll grab your hand and give it a squeeze and sort of lead you back toward the counter. And she'll start looking through on the tablet, looking through inventory. Now let me check. So we do have a scroll of regeneration. They're really pricey.
I kind of figured as much. Well, I was about to say, I've already went ahead and asked about the other items, so at very least, let me go ahead and know how much it might be.
Well, if I add your discount to it. If I add your discount to it, it ends up being 6,642 gold. Or I guess if I take your discount from it.
Hey, that's actually not as bad as I thought. We'll keep that in mind for now. I guess the next thing that I need, and I'm not even sure if there is a spell or an item that would be able to do this. I know at least of location magic, the ability to track down beings and creatures alike. I need to be able to potentially locate where somebody is without knowing exactly how far they are away from me and still being able to know where they are.
Do you mean like scrying?
Possibly. Scrying is a little tough because of the fact that it would mean that there's something that could potentially be seen. I'm looking just to divine a location.
Well, um, I guess you could use some technology for scrying. Um, they have these things called drones, and you can actually control them for quite some time. And nobody really thinks anything of it because almost everybody has one.
I am player and laughing so hard because I know Aegis would love a drone, but Aegis would have no idea what a drone is.
Kira would love a drone.
I have one technically.
That's true.
My
It's
name
hooked
is
into our
Marcus Bot
security system.
4000. Oh, whoops, yep, that too.
Actually, that's a good point. Aegis, give me an intelligence check. Cause she'll start explaining what it is. That's about accurate for technology stuff. Yeah,
I've tried so hard.
so basically it's sort of like a scry spell, but even though it's right out in the open, it's a little more discreet. The person doesn't necessarily know that you're scrying on them, but you can't get quite as close.
I mean, that's fine as long as I can pinpoint a location of them. That'd be the main thing.
And do you know who they are, or is that something we could research?
I know at least the race. I could describe them, and I know initials.
Okay. Might be a two-parter then. Let me see what I can find out, because one of the schools of magic at the college, I guess they sort of do artificing, where they're mixing technology with magic. It hasn't been as successful as they'd like, but they've invented quite a few things to attempt. So they may have something that can combine the two. I can't guarantee that the person you are trying to find won't know, though.
To be fair, I'd be surprised if he didn't expect something.
Okay, so
This
being
point.
discreet isn't a requirement. Okay.
Not necessarily a requirement. It would be nice, but if it's not possible, then it's not possible.
Well, we can try. We can certainly try. Let me reach out to my contacts. And she'll reach across the counter and put her hand over yours, and she'll say, I don't feel like you feel better.
It's something that will take a bit of time, but talking with you has helped a little bit, at least ease my mind in knowing what I need to do.
I'll just say this. I would love to have you here every day. However, if I
There's work
had...
to be done.
There is. And if I had the group of people surrounding me that you do, I think I'd push retirement off quite a bit as well. You guys have been through a lot. And you continue to go through a lot. And that's going to change all of you. And that's okay. As long as you remember your core, who you are at your core. Any other change is fine.
Seems like maybe it's time I do something I haven't in quite a while. Go ahead and actually meditate and try to reach out to Soon.
I think that's a good idea. She's probably a bit wiser than I am.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure she'd be wiser than the entire group put together.
It's a good resource to have in your corner.
Always has been a good ally.
She'll give your hand another squeeze and she'll say, just don't give up.
I won't.
Okay.
Thank you.
Of course. Of course. And, you know, I'm always here. Text, call, coming to the store. Even if you just want somebody to listen and not give you unsolicited advice.
It'd be a bit of a refreshing change, honestly.
Okay, you're welcome to stay as long as you want. I'm gonna start making calls. If you want to stay.
I'm pretty sure I'll need to be heading back actually, but let me go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and get that scroll just in case.
Okay. And she heads back to the scroll room, which you guys are not familiar with. She's back there for a second and comes back out.
What was the amount again? 6,000.
6,642 gold.
He's fine.
She'll set that down, and then she takes a little vial out of one of her pouches too, and she puts it on the table and slides it across, and she goes, "This one's on the house. I found another one." And you would recognize it immediately as a potion of growth.
Oh, thank you. Marcus is gonna love this. As a bit of a fair warning, he has grown quite attached to the combo of giant size, or at least bigger size, and speed. So there's a good chance we'll be coming back for a fair amount of them once the ones I had bought ran out.
You see her nod, and she's kind of got a shit-eating grin on her face, because you know that she enjoys doing the alchemy stuff. She's not good at it, but she loves doing it. And she says, okay, I will get a batch started. I wonder if I could combine the two so he only has to drink one.
I'm pretty sure you'd have a customer already. I'm pretty sure at this point you'd be overselling.
I might have to give this a try. But I'll wait till you're here because, you know, sometimes things explode.
make sure I'm around in case. The last thing I need is to get a call over to here.
She smiles and then she gives you just like the biggest hug. It doesn't even seem like her tiny arms should be able to squeeze you that tight, but she just gives you the biggest hug. And after a few seconds, she lets go and she says, "Don't forget to meditate."
I will be making sure to do that tonight. And thank you again.
Of course. She takes both your hands in hers, gives them a squeeze, and then she'll walk with you towards the door. All right. Are you just heading back out to the car?
Yeah, from there it would just be going ahead and heading on out.
Okay.
All right, let's head back, Scotty.
Yeah, so Zachary and Alan are in the car, and Zachary is trying to no avail to explain how like movies work and like how you can watch TV shows and stuff. He's not frustrated. He's just, you could tell he's really struggling. He's like tripping over his own words, trying to explain like, no, it's like a show, but it's not live, it's recorded. And then Alan's like, what does recorded mean? And it's just back and forth. He's not getting anywhere.
It's no problem, Alan. Have you ever done a cocaine before?
Actually, as Aegis hopped in and had seen this all going on and realizing they're just not going to get anywhere with this, Aegis is going to kind of intercept real quick and be like, Zachary, I have a question for you. What the hell is a drone?
A drone. Oh, so a drone is it's like okay, robot, right? You know what those are.
Okay.
Okay, so
Much more Kira's department.
yes, much more Kira's part. Oh yeah, if Kira had a drone. Okay, anyway, so a
Zachary
drone.
would have seen the drone. He transported it home.
Yeah, that's true. So it's kind of like the one that Kira has, actually.
Wait, she
it's-
has one?
Yeah, it's a little bit different. The one that she has, it doesn't really fly. Most of the time when people say drones here, they're talking about have you seen any helicopters since you've been here?
Has he seen
You-
any helicopters?
You probably would have, but I don't know if anybody would have explained to you guys what they are.
That's fair.
They're the things in the sky. They have like
No, I know. He would go ahead. Are those the things that would go ahead and come flying through the city, making a loud racket when we were at Alpha League?
probably, yeah, they're quite loud. They land at hospitals, they land at police stations. They've got the thing on top that goes like
Okay.
this.
Yeah, yep, that.
So it's sort of
So wait,
like
that?
it's sort of like that. It's a
It'll-
lot smaller, and the blades are a lot
Oh.
smaller, and there's 4 sets of them, and they basically like float. But you can attach cameras to them so that you can see, and then you can
Oh,
control
I've
them
gotta
from the
get one of-
ground.
He just has the biggest shit eating, like, I need one of these now. He's already so excited.
Yeah, so he'll tell you. I can pull some footage up on my phone once we get back to the house if you want. I can show you what it looks like.
Please do. I actually may need to go and figure out where I can get one of these.
Oh.
You could probably go to the mall, honestly. But maybe let Kira know, and like as we're walking in the door, Zachary will be saying, maybe let Kira know when you're going shopping, because I think that's one trip she won't want to miss.
Are you kidding me? She might go ahead and have Min maim me if I don't tell her.
I think you're right about that. So you guys would hear, after a little bit, you'd hear, well, whoever's downstairs still, will hear Zachary and Aegis, and I think it's just Stan downstairs. Oh no, Tempest is at the table. Okay, good. Oh yeah, Tempest. So you went to confront
Tempest
Gale.
is pulling Gale.
Yeah. So before we actually enter, I want to be able to have that conversation as well. So, Tempest, you enter the kitchen, and Gail, she's sitting at the table. She looks okay, but you could tell she's doing purposeful breathing.
Okay. So, yeah, a lot's been going on the past couple days. I should probably come clean about something that I've learned just recently, actually. I don't even know how to say it other than kind of to just say it. Um, so Marcus
Is
took.
a. She just looks across the table at you.
You already know.
I had a feeling, and today kind of confirmed that. I know exactly what it sounds like when someone gets bit by a vampire in the dark.
I was afraid you would have to learn that way. Listen, I invited you here because this is the safest place you can be, and it still is. But I understand if you don't feel the same.
She reaches her hands across the table and puts them palms up, like waiting for yours.
So definitely reach out.
And she'll say, Marcus said if he loses control, right? He didn't lose control, and after whatever the hell he felt he needed to do to Bhonken was done, he was back to himself. I'm not going to say that living in the same house as a vampire is the most comfy idea, but if I am going to live in a house with a vampire, I would want it to be Marcus. If I'm out there and there's still other vampires from the Thirst somewhere, I know that I'm going to see you closely followed by him. So I'm okay. I have a little PTSD, but I know that you telling me this wasn't easy for you. I'm not gonna leave. Not just because it's safer, and she'll squeeze your hands tighter. I want to be here.
I'm really happy to hear that. And I'm sorry that I it's only been a few days, 2 days, I think. But I probably should have told you the minute I learned. And instead of letting it sit, but I'm glad that you're okay with this.
To be fair,
As okay as you can be with this.
yeah, and I mean, yeah, I maybe would have liked to learn not by him killing his friend in the kitchen. That
Yeah.
you guys don't exactly lead normal lives. So if any of you expected things to go differently, maybe I should write a book.
I mean, you got plenty of content to write. That's for damn sure.
I study demons. Vampires are scary. Demons are scarier. Is Bhonken okay?
I mean, he's again, I think he's okay as he can be. From what I understand, it was some shit he went through, and he didn't make it back to his family like he thought he was going to. And I'm afraid that it was somehow either he was intercepted by the Kenku and the gnome, that if that's the case, they're fucking crazy powerful. If they can intercept a wish, right?
Did they intercept? Did they intercept a wish, or did they just intercept Bhonken?
That's still, both are still terrifying, right?
Well, yeah, definitely. But hasn't this whole thing that you've been doing, hasn't it been for safe passage back?
Yeah, and I guess that's where I'm going with this. Like, if we go through the process without taking care of these two assholes, and we try to go back in time, will they just intercept us and fuck with us for like eternity?
That might be a question for the time dragon. My
So
thought is, if there's a right way to do it, Bhonken did the wrong way and it didn't work. I mean, sometimes we overcomplicate things. Wish spells can be stupidly simple and horribly, horribly wrong.
well, I mean, you and I both know the dangers of wishing upon a genie.
Yeah.
I was afraid that that might have been it, but I was also afraid that it was. Actually, I guess I was hopeful that that was it. That it was the fact that it was just poorly worded on his part, and then the genie just, haha, fuck you. But
If you
if
think about it, again, all I can do is, I don't want to be annoying, but all I can do is relate it back to demons. If you're trying to get to the 9th level of hell, and you try to take the elevator instead of the stairs, there's going to be interception. She just kind of, she thinks about it for a second and she shrugs and she says, whatever it ends up being, I'm honestly kind of glad the wish is gone. Because if it was made wrong and all of you got sent back, that's really selfish. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. I get it. I don't. I think I would probably be a little bit upset to find myself suddenly 900 years in the past in a place I didn't really want to be. So, not, and especially without you, you know.
And she squeezes your hands again. Just so you know, if you did want to go back and it wouldn't break anything, I'd go with you.
Would?
What do I have here?
Isn't that funny? Both of us feel like we're out of our proper times.
Can they make a pit stop halfway?
Yeah, maybe find some place, what, 450 years into the past, nice nestled somewhere in the middle for us. Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be great. That would take some getting used to, though.
Cell phones are nice, though.
I like technology. Thank you for telling me, Tempest. I didn't want you to have to say it, which is why I did.
Just out of curiosity, was this the moment that, was this like all that it took, or did you have thoughts before?
There were certain mannerisms that sort of made me feel like I might have been onto something. But then I noticed that him and Kira kind of had a thing, so I thought maybe he was just being super weird because of that. So I kind of dropped it. Yeah, I guess he still is being kind of weird about that, but Not everybody can be as suave as you.
It comes with great practice and talent. What can I say?
But I mean, obviously, this solidified that. Um, just, it's still just Marcus, right? We don't have a vampire bugbear now, do we?
Not yet.
As far as I know, it's. I mean, like I said, to be fair, I didn't know until 2 days ago when Marcus started smoldering in the sunlight. So
I mean, Marcus should know. I think it's a purposeful thing. So if he didn't tell you guys he did it, I'm sure he didn't. Yeah. I think that, I think you guys have a lot of talking you need to do. I also think that you now have multiple multiple things that you need to accomplish again.
back to plan A. Yep.
If I can help, just let me know. Maybe not in combat though. I really did not enjoy that.
Yeah, I don't want you to be in combat either. Obviously, I'm sorry. Usually it's pretty calm here. Usually there's not several fights before breakfast. So yeah, I
Well,
mean,
to be fair, there was one before breakfast and one before second breakfast.
right. Well, or sorry, I guess I should rephrase that. There usually isn't one or two before lunch.
We saved that for dinner, huh?
Yeah, we save that for dinner. But I guess so. I mean, one thing that could be helpful is if you could do some research on, I guess, this time dragon. If you have the capacity to do that, um, look into, I don't know, any other kind of crazy time magic. I know that's a lot.
I do have access to the exclusive section in the library. I can see what's in there, and maybe if there's, I'm not expecting there to be a book on time dragons, but there might be something.
Obviously not. Yeah.
Yeah, that can give us at least a tip or a hint as to. Is there something specific you need, like how to defeat a time dragon, or how to?
I don't know if we're actually going to try to go toe to toe with him so much as try to talk him into helping us,
Okay.
giving us as his essence. I think is the word that was tossed around.
Okay. All right. I'll see what I can do.
Or if you can find any kind of other alternative that works, like like Wish.com, Dragonheart.
I'm pretty sure we will be disappointed if we go that route.
I think so too.
But we'll find something. She gives another squeeze to your hands, like encouragingly. Is it still just Bhonken going back? Bhonken and Marcus, I think I overheard. I was trying not to overhear, but you guys talk kind of loud.
I don't know. I don't know where Aegis stands. But maybe his brother too. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at this point.
Got
We're
it.
definitely gonna have a sit down and ask who's actually going through the mirror when time comes.
Well, maybe when they get back, I'll see if Zachary can take me over to campus, and I'll do some research.
It's to be at the campus, doesn't it?
It does have to be at the campus, yeah.
Is it okay if I ask Zachary to kind of come with you?
I get a bodyguard to the library?
He's got a gun.
He does have a gun. I've seen it twice today, before breakfast. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. He just, I mean, he's smart. As long as he keeps it concealed, it should be okay.
Yeah. He's probably the smartest out of all of us.
That's fine with me. And I'll also message you, not like a crazy girlfriend, but check-ins so that you know I'm okay.
I'm going to be doing the same to you, so.
Please do. And no more
Just deal with
fighting
it.
vampires.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that's not going to happen ever again.
All right, so about that time is when the other three will walk back in, talking about a robot, or talking about robot shopping, actually.
Yeah, I think the exact phrase was, "I'm pretty sure if I don't tell Kira that, she would have Min absolutely maim me."
Yeah, you're right. That's just maybe make sure it's not in the kitchen.
Uh, no, no. Knowing Min, it would be either a chase up to Kira's room, or she's gonna chase me down into my room.
So Zachary will come in, and I'm assuming there's still food on the table here, so he's gonna grab some bacon or something and start eating.
Oh yeah, there still be food going and everything, because there's probably nothing that's been put away yet.
Yeah, because you and Alan were both gone. Everybody just wee. So
Yeah, I guess
Zachary,
Tempest would probably have been like picking at the breakfast as he was talking. Yeah.
yeah, and Gail's doing the same thing. Zachary would look.
Aegis,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Aegis at this point would probably just like grab a plate and get him like another full helping before sitting down and kind of. Well, I know I got a message saying that we may not need it, but and he'll go ahead and pull out a scroll. Still got it just in case we do.
I think he said he wanted to keep it as a badge of honor or something.
Well, Zachary's still stuffing bacon in his face, and he says, "If you don't use it for his eye, I'm sure use it on somebody else's something else." Gail just kind of shakes her head.
I'm gonna be good and not make a joke there.
Yeah, it was on the tip of my tongue, but I decided to hold it. It feels like it's been a day.
Yeah, it's been a couple of hours. Gail will look over to Zachary and say, "So what are you doing today?" And he just looks back at her and he's like, "Probably whatever you're about to ask me to do. Where are we going?" She says, "I need to go to the university. I've got research to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like you to actually come in with me."
Yeah, sorry, Zachary. Is that would that be okay with you? Because you don't we don't typically ask you to be like bodyguard or anything, but
I'm pretty sure you guys pay me a bodyguard salary, so that's just fine. I'll make sure I've got my gun ready and the car ready.
thank you, Zachary. I don't think anything's gonna happen, but it'd be nice to know that you're around too.
He. Give me an insight check, Tempest.
Hmm, okay. Natural one, but it's still a
That's
12.
great, though. Yeah, so you could see something changes in his face, and he looks really serious and makes eye contact with you. And he says, "I promise, if I'm alive, nothing's going to happen to her." And then, as that moment kind of comes and goes, he does a quick, like, tap on the table, like a knock on the table once. And he says, "I'm just going to head up to my room, and I have a few things to get."
Thanks, Zachary.
Absolutely.
So Marcus is, as I'm going through the inventory with Bhonken, kind of giving him his things back, and he kind of points out, "Oh, I don't think this is mine. I don't think this is mine." He's gonna say, "You'll, well, shit, yeah, you're not going to fit into this, are you?" And he holds up the lacy blue boy shorts. Um, okay, probably not the sweatsuit either, then I suppose.
I also want to point out that when Bhonken walked in, you heard him from outside as he hit the wall because his depth perception is off.
The eye thing. You're sure you want to wear that as a badge of honor?
It's more of a remembering a mistake.
Marcus will kind of put his index finger on his chest and then like draw a line from his heart to the 2 puncture wounds and say, this is the real thing that you should remember. That I'm just worried it will impact you futuristically when we need to get you back to your daughter.
It's all right. Give me 1 second.
I was asked a question. I'll answer it later, Kira. Yeah,
Sorry.
It's all right.
She probably knows I'm not gonna come back as I was.
That's a fair point.
Also, if I'm normally not the one doing all the seeing anyway, that's normally you or Miss Kira. Or Mr. Tempest, especially when it's something about you two.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, take the rest of these things. He kind of puts the coin purse and the pole of angling back into his hands. I think you've got some fishing to do. Also, I've transferred some money to your account. I split what you left us amongst the group, and I think this is about what you left, but it came out of my pocket directly. So just use it for what you need. If you need anything else, just let me know. And the potion, that was a gift from Master Aegis to me, but you and I could both benefit from that in the heat of combat, so do with it what you will.
Thank you. I'm trying not to think of things to do, but I do think we're gonna have to have another talk about. He's gonna hold up his like hand where he's better. I just wanna think it over for me.
Yes, understandable. Take your time. Your fish have been very well tended to, I believe, by Master Tempest, if I'm not mistaken. So everything should be in order there. Take your rest if you need to, and we'll meet back downstairs in a little bit, I suppose.
Alright, I'll be in your room if you need me.
Master Bhonken, I wasn't kidding, by the way. I do have the utmost faith and trust in you, and I love you like a brother. So don't think that what happened downstairs was anything indicative of our future, but something that needed to be buttoned up from our past.
Thank you, Mr. Marcus. It's alright. Like I said, I've kind of grown a bit numb to it. Whether that's good or bad is yet to be. No, I don't know yet. I'm trying to speak like Kira as can. But it's alright. I kind of expected something like that when I came back.
Just, if you're going to do anything wild in the future, let me know before you do so, and maybe I can help persuade you, for better or worse.
I'll do that. I was debating talking about y'all about the wish, but then she appeared in my room. And I thought about it and decided to take it. Be a bit selfish.
Well, Jinn are slippery creatures by nature, and I think she wanted out as much as you wanted in, and she took advantage of that. Um, so, no harm, no foul. Well, a little harm, I suppose, now that I think about it. But there's no ill will between me and you, hopefully. I will die for you if necessary, Master Bhonken.
Said that, and I'll keep saying that I don't want you to, and we'll have this discussion again many times, I'm sure. But thank you. You're still my best friend, Marcus.
Marcus will kind of put his hand up on the shoulder and he'll take his thumb and kind of reach down to the 2 bite marks and just kind of like rub them, not sensually, but acknowledging that they're there. I know. And you are my best friend as well, Master Bonkin. Thank you.
Also, congrats, I guess, since you and Kira, Miss Kira are official now.
What the fuck? What? Wait. Is that what you got out of that conversation downstairs?
Well,
Wait.
it's one of the many things. It was just the easiest to process. I'm not thinking about the others yet.
Listen, let's maybe. He sighs. I have a fondness for Mistress Kira. And we'll leave it at that, I think.
Right, that's your business, not mine. Like, before I left, I'll say again, if you ever want to talk about something, I'm always listening, willing to listen. And if you just want to rant, want nothing from me to hear, like we don't kept doing, she said, Dad, stop responding. I just want to talk. Then I'm free to do that as well.
Understood.
I'm gonna go lie down now. See you later, Mr. Marcus.
Marcus will just kind of wait for him to leave.
All right, Kira.
Yeah.
During all of this kind-hearted, what are you trying to explode?
You know what I'm trying to explode.
You already know.
I don't need to tell the group until it explodes.
But are you doing anything else during that time? Is there anything you need to accomplish? Because if not, we can sake of brevity some time.
No, I think that's probably going to be my big focus is doing that particular, definitely not suspicious at all thing.
Going up to, Aegis, you were thinking of going up to Kira's room?
No, it was more just me as player. Like, I could talk to Kira about the drone shopping thing, but that can also kind of wait.
Gotcha.
There are other pressing matters.
That's fair. All right. Okay, so if nobody else has anything to do, we can sake of brevity things a bit. I know Gail probably would go to the university to study. Is there anything anybody needs to accomplish during the day? Zachary and Gail will be gone.
Tempest will probably just be texting her every so often just to make sure she's still alive and not kidnapped.
About the only thing Aegis would be doing after second breakfast mainly would just be focusing on the Pearl of Power, because now he doesn't have the periaptive wound closure, so he can take that now.
Oh yeah. So Tempest, you would get at least one text answer from Gail would just be a vampire emoji. And then a laughing emoji.
Okay, Gail.
And Aegis, yeah, so you're gonna focus on the Pearl of Power. That's great. Marcus, is there anything you need to accomplish? Bhonken, I'm assuming you're sleeping.
Yes, he is. Well, first off, he's probably going to sit for an hour and think things over because he just got a lot of information. especially right before he died. And then he'll probably. I have the small fishbowl in my inventory, so I'm gonna just put that on the counter if that's still in one piece. I like to believe little Siamese fighting fish survive.
Okay, yeah, I'll get you a little fishbowl, and then we do have a full aquarium in here for you as well.
Yeah, but we keep the small one separate for a good reason.
Yeah, they're assholes. All right, I'll find you a fishbowl to put on your desk.
And then, yeah, Bhonken will lie down.
The only thing Marcus would have is that he's probably going to go down to Kira's room when Bhonken takes to his thing. So go ahead.
Shortly,
Yep.
sorry, shortly after breakfast, by the way, when Kira went up into the room, there would be some decently heavy music sounds coming from Kira's room. Definitely work music. Not likely she's gonna be able to hear a knock.
Yeah, Marcus will knock and wait.
No response. You can feel the bass.
Marcus will try the door handle and see if it's locked.
It is unlocked.
Okay, then Marcus, instead of using the magic goblin key, will pop the door open.
We do
and-
not need to find out that your goblin key was meant for Kira's bedroom.
Yes, we do.
Kira is currently
Yes, we do.
at one of the many tables that is in this shared room. She has a set of leather working tools unrolled, as well as a set of metal working tools, and is hunched over the desk, like jamming to the music, working on something with fine detail.
So you'll feel a presence press into your mind, and you'll hear Marcus whisper into your mind in Elven. Am I interrupting?
There's the immediate Elvin, holy fuck! But instead of she reflexively drops what she was working on so as not to mar it with the tool, and spins around and, no, not at all.
I'm sorry about that. I'm supposed to ask now.
No, you do not need to ask. At least you don't need to ask me. I've gotten used to it.
May I enter?
So formal, yes.
Well, it's kind of a thing now. Marcus opens the door all the way and enters the room.
Is it actually?
No, I was being coy, and he closes the door behind him.
Yeah, because I was gonna engrave a welcome mat or something for you.
That actually might not be a bad idea for future reference. Okay, anyways, sorry. So, this has been a weird morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry for everything that transpired downstairs.
Whatever she was expecting Marcus to say, it sure as fuck wasn't that. Oh, why?
Well, I know that we had a conversation about me going back to the past and kicking the shit out of Master Bhonken. It just so happened that he fell right into my lap, and things had to be put into motion that were put into motion, I guess.
You didn't kick the shit out of him. You bit the shit out of him.
Yes. That's true. That's true. You did convince me I probably shouldn't kill him in the past. And I didn't in the past. I placed a mark on his soul in the now.
Where Aegis had to use a diamond to bring him back. Yes. I was watching.
Right. I can send him money for that if we need
Oh, I already
to.
offered.
Oh, okay. Well, right. So where do we stand? Is everything okay? I mean, I ask because between myself and Master Tempest and Master Bonken, I just had a conversation with him. Things seem to be okay. Master Aegis, I'm not entirely sure about, and I'm worried about that, to be honest with you. But I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about us.
Out of all the people that live here, the only one I'm really concerned about right now is Aegis.
Well, thank the gods that makes two of us. Okay. What are you working on right now?
So she gets kind of this gleam in her eye. So, you know how Bonken said that he wants to, remember the experience of getting his eye punched out and all of that, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, I also watched him nearly walk into the edge of the table like 3 times, and he almost stepped on Min.
Yeah, he bumped into my doorway as well.
So, why don't we give him his eye back, but give him something else to remember it by?
Marcus looks inquisitively at Kira.
Come
Okay.
here, come here. I'll show you what I've been working on.
Okay, okay.
I haven't figured out what I'm gonna put in it yet. Candace.
Do you have stuff you're trying to choose from? Like, do you have stuff in your inventory you're trying to choose from?
I mean, I've got various. Yeah, I mean, kind of. I've got various gems and other things.
So I would say you guys have found a lot of random crap as well
I'm
over
trying to
time.
find something blue, ideally, which we could just say that it's blue, even though the picture isn't.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, if you have, do you have a blue gem right now?
Let me check. I do in fact have, let's see, I've got a star sapphire.
Okay, so you have the. Do you take out the star sapphire as you're like, Marcus? She's looking through different gems. Like she's got different stuff sitting. Syl comes over, Kira, and boops the star sapphire with her nose. And then she starts kind of like clawing at it and messing with it. And it's like she helps to polish one side of it so that it is like it looks exactly like you wanted it to. It was like she was able to. It's like she channeled you. Imagine that.
That's that's perfect. So thank you, and gives the little scrap like scritch behind the metal ears, and then we'll slot that into place, and then we'll show the finished product to Marcus.
Okay, one sec. Let me share that.
And I'm going to remove the star sapphire.
1 second. I was making a fishbowl. Sorry. Hold on.
I can
didn't
also
realize
send
Syl
it
had
to him.
No, it's alright. I got it.
Syl had a buffer implement. That's unique.
Neither did I, but I didn't build her.
Right. Okay.
I think I kind of did, but I also didn't. It was still something else.
Oh, my goodness! Look at that.
Did you share that with everyone?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, and then that centerpiece would obviously be the blue that happens to match Bunkin's eye. I was thinking that.
Oh, that's very good. Do you think Marcus reaches into his potion pocket and pulls out one of the crimson beads and sets it down. Do you think you might be able to infuse some of this into it so he never forgets, you know, my bite?
Do you want actual blood? Or do you want I've got a ruby somewhere.
No. The Star Sapphire is great. Do you want some of my blood? I'll slit my wrists if necessary.
Nope, nope.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I can probably do something. Ooh, what if we did I could I know, I'll do red stitching around the leather to finish it. Leave some embroidery so it looks like droplets.
So you don't want the bead of
Say,
nourishment? Okay, understood. Yeah,
you're
just in
going
case
to need that. I
just in
haven't
case
had
didn't know.
time to start researching anything yet.
Understood. He takes the bead back and puts it back in the potion pouch. This is wonderful craftsmanship. I mean, you did it so fast. It's remarkable.
Yeah, I am really tired now.
I also I need to rest. This has been a weird morning.
I know we need to go out and we need to do the temporal readings, but I don't. If we come across that Kenku or the Rift, I don't know if I'm going to be any good.
No, I'm still all right. We can get there and get back really fast if you just want to get a reading on where it's at.
Yeah, we shouldn't go alone though. That's something everyone should probably do, but I've probably got enough energy to I can probably bend the shadows once maybe. And I can if something happens to Min, but that's all I got.
I can move quickly for quite some time still, but besides that, I'm pretty tapped myself. So, um, if it were just me and you, we could go very fast. But if not, we may need to bring everybody with us just in case.
There's so much weird time shit happening in this town. I'm gonna need Bhonken there at least so I can try and tie the readings.
Okay. Well, he's taking a rest right now. He's in his room. Maybe give it a couple of hours and then give it a go.
Yeah. I mean, we could always try tonight. Um, I don't actually. How long do I think it would take for temporal readings to start to fade out? Before I start and try and really figure this out, I'm going to twist my ring that I have the enhanceability stored into. So I can give myself advantage on thinking about weird shit.
Okay. Yeah,
And
give
then I would
me-
like to think about weird shit, please.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
Can I attempt to
Ouch.
assist her? Oh, sorry, she already rolled with advantage.
Well, yeah, she was rolling with advantage because of her thing. Yeah.
I rolled like crap. I have no idea how.
Yeah, you're not sure how long
I'm-
it would take, but to be fair, everything you've dealt with has been in the moment. You haven't really tried. You know, there's currently time stuff going on with the necklace. Bhonken had just got done when you guys were with the CEO. That was all going on at that moment, so you haven't had to think about it before.
Plus, trying to think about how much time it would take for a temporal anomaly to de-anomaly. That just hurts my brain. I don't know. I don't really know how long. It could last for weeks or it could already be faded, to be honest.
That's fair. Fuck it. Let's just go real quick. Just me and you. We'll just run there, run back. And you let me carry the burden, and I don't mean that you are a burden, but let me carry the psychic burden, I can fly us there and fly us back, and it'll be nothing.
But it's sunlight.
Yes, and you built me the best suit of armor I've ever seen in my entire fucking multi-hundred years of existence.
Well, okay. Okay. Yeah, let's go for another run.
It'll be fast. Let's go.
Okay. Let me just. I can't run as well with everything on.
No,
Nope, I've got to learn.
It'll be okay. You don't need to run. Just, come here. And Marcus will kind of, like, put his arms out. Very awkwardly.
Are we going back to your window first?
We don't need to jump out the window, I think. Unless you want to. I'm down for that.
You kind of get to look like, well, it was kind of fun. No. What do you have in mind?
Oh, I was just thinking the back door, but we can...
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, why don't we walk downstairs and then we'll go out the back door?
Yeah, everything cool as a cucumber, totally natural, me and you.
Mm-hmm.
And Marcus just starts walking towards the door.
Okay.
Gonna give it, like, the 5-10 count, do the super awkward following. Min, Sil. Okay, we're gonna be right back. If we're not back, go and get the others, give them this. And I'm going to scrawl a note that says, went to check out the temporal anomaly, should be back soon. If we're not, Bhonken knows where it's at. I'm going to leave that on the desk. I'm going to do not give them this unless you feel something happen or it's been too long. Shouldn't take longer than the morning run. And then I'll go and follow.
All right. So you guys are gonna go try to figure out like where Bonkin had landed based on what he told you.
Yep.
Yeah, but I will be going out the back door, and I do see that Aegis is in the kitchen, so...
Yeah, he would still be there going, eating food.
Yeah, and Alan's down there too with him.
So Marcus walks through the door, kind of, full bravado, everything equipped, helmet on, or visor on, helmet down, gloves are on. Oh, Master Aegis, you're back very quickly.
I won't say I have all the answers yet, but you can put yourself at ease if you were worried about me going anywhere. I'll say that much.
Honestly, Master Aegis, I wasn't worried about that because I believe through you and through Soon's will that this is where you were meant to be.
Well, color me impressed. The man rejected by God, and yet he had more faith in me than I did in myself. I've still got some things I need to do, but
Well, whatever you need from me or anybody here, you let us know, and we will progress as needed.
actually, you might be able to help me with something. Now
Yes,
that I
of
think
course.
about it, because I did try to look this up on my phone, and I was getting a million different potential things. How much do you pay Zachary? Well, we pay Zachary, but how much, like, is the salary pay?
Marcus kind of like chuckles. I've given Master Zachary one moment. Let me talk to the DM here. I've since we've been here in this house and employed Master Zachary, somewhere in the ballpark of 58,000 gold. Is that too much?
No, he begins running numbers. I actually need to pull up a calculator because I cannot do these numbers readily fast enough. I'm usually a human calculator.
This has been quite a session.
Wait, is it like 58,000 like in the time we've been here?
Yeah, Marcus has given him pretty much everything that he's got.
What's really, really funny is so my notes from March 31st, 2024. Zachary was being paid 2,920 gold a year, equivalent to roughly 220 a month or 8 gold a day. Now paid a 1,500 salary, prepaid. 1,500. That's only 2 zeros. And also, fun fact, I secretly paid him more at the beginning because I was doing the money transfers. Now it feels like a pittance.
Yeah, so that's how he got his gun. Okay.
Sorry, I never hit send, Aegis. I just hit send finally.
Oh no, you're fine. He just would just probably be going off the numbers Marcus goes.
Welcome back.
Divided by that. I should have paid more attention when they were trying to teach this type of math, but it was so boring. Do you have any idea what it's like to have a bony nun as your teacher?
I don't think soon.
Alright, I think I've got my figured out. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Is Master Zachary well?
It's nothing with him. It's just, I remember that he said he already gets paid a salary for basically as a bodyguard, but I wanted to still give him some extra because I know this isn't something that's typical for him to have to do while he's been employed with us.
Understood. You know, I've never seen him actually shoot that gun. I hope he's a good shot. I hope he's a better shot than I am.
No offense, I might be a better shot than you are, and everybody else would have the high ground on me.
No offense taken. I do not understand firearms, and I learned that lesson very quickly.
Trust me, there's a reason I haven't to even touch that thing yet.
Now,
Now, this man, however, and he'll go ahead and point on over to Alan. Hey, he might actually need something like that, but with a farther range.
oh, I think that might be something we can set up. Actually, maybe if we talk to Master Bhonken, he might be able to get a hold of the Golden Commander from Alpha League. And maybe she can set him up with something just long-barreled.
After I realized initially that he was a warlock, we tested a little bit with seeing how far his capabilities could go.
Marcus will look at Alan.
The farthest we ever saw was what the hell was it? It was about like 285 feet, something like that. It was insane. I've never seen anybody hit anything that far away before.
Holy shit. A natural marksman, Master Allen, is that correct?
He looks almost kind of embarrassed, which Aegis, you're like, I've seen you do this shit. Like, but he looks almost kind of embarrassed, and he says, well, I mean, I don't know how natural it was. It took a lot of practice, for sure. But yeah, I'm
more
pretty good.
naturally than you realize, Alan. Anybody can make a deal and cast an Eldritch Blast. You had the eyes to make it a marksman shot. You had the eyes to be able to see that far out.
He nods. Yeah, you know, I guess you're right. That is kind of impressive without magic, isn't it?
It's a talent. Keep hold of it, even if you decide to go a route other than with the Kraken. You have talent.
Marcus glances at the door behind him, kind of expectingly.
There has been no one coming through the door.
If you'll excuse me for just a moment, I am going to go very quickly. I'll be back. Oop, yes.
Sorry, one more thing before I forget. This one is, and he'll go ahead and reach into the robes, pull out another potion of growth. This one, Umi said, was on the house.
Oh, really? That's very sweet of her. You sure you don't want me to transfer some money to her account?
If you feel the need to, go ahead. But to be fair, this cost a pretty penny still. Even if it wasn't needed, doesn't hurt to have it just in case.
Holy shit, a gilded spell scroll. What is that?
Remember I was gonna go fix Bhonken's eye?
Oh, yes. Is that a scroll of regenerative properties?
All the way up to the 7th circle.
Well, hopefully I lose my leg in fierce combat and you have to use that on me.
Hopefully we never have to use it, but...
Oh, yes, no, of course. Hopefully we never have to use it. But if we do, it's there. Right. So, Marcus will take it. He'll put it in his potion pocket. That's a weird thing to say. And he's gonna start moving towards the back door.
His visor's going to buzz.
Yeah, he'll read it.
Yep, I messaged you.
Let me
Candace,
got it.
I
Okay,
am
got it.
going to. I'm gonna waste one of my Shatterkai abilities to try and sneak out. I'm
Okay.
going invisible.
Uh-huh.
And as I get that message, I'm going to use psionic thaumaturgy, and I am going to breeze the door open ever so slightly.
So Aegis, you'd see maybe just a little tint of pink open the door.
Is there any indication that would have been, like, weird or anything like that?
Not necessarily.
Like, aside from the fact that it's pink, obviously, because I know that's a Marcus thing.
Yeah, but because you know it's a Marcus thing, you guys are kind of used to just seeing that magic. He caught a cup with it before. He's moved things before. He uses it to put his armor on and take it off. So
I think the only thing that would stop Aegis in any way would just if Kira was not quiet as she made her way through, and
Yeah.
I think she would try to be very
I
stealthy about that.
I was going to say I need a stealth check from Kira.
I know
for
I'm
sure.
gonna try. Unfortunately, I'm not great at this.
Did you go for a run today? That's the question.
I did. Unfortunately, I also got a muscle cramp.
Oh, no.
I'm stealthy. Ooh!
Yeah, okay. Go. Give me a perception check just to make sure, Aegis. Because your passive, I think, is pretty decent, isn't it?
No, my passive is shit.
Oh, I'm mistaking you for Tempest. Yeah, so don't roll in. I'll say that was a success.
I was about to say, my passive is an 11.
That's right, yours is. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so Kira, you successfully managed somehow to sneak past, maybe between Marcus, like, distracting and all of that.
Held her breath, like, holding all of the rattly, like, extra things, tiptoeing.
Yeah, don't be suspicious. All right, I think, I can't even take, that was Ronan's joke, I'm not going to take credit for it. So I think that's a good place for us to stop. I'm pretty sure the butt crack of dawn has arrived for Lucy.
Yeah, and just to be clear, when we pick back up, my intention will be to pick Kira up, and then I'm going to burn. I have 7 psi points left, so that's 840 feet I can move at flying speed if I'm dashing. And it will be to go to this point, get the reading, and come back.
All right.
If it's within that range. If not, I'll just say fuck it and just run the rest of the way.
I did make a new Vatiker image that I want to share.
I
real
love
quick.
it. I love it so much.
Ooh, oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's.
So
I
many
think
different
That's cool.
styles.
I thought that was way better. So
It explains why it took so much effort to figure out
Yeah,
all
don't
the
let Bhonken
things.
touch those buttons, please. Or
Mhm.
anybody else.
all right, thank you guys. Lucy, go to bed if you can. I don't know what you have planned.
Absolutely, I can.
Okay. Good.
The one thing I do want to say real quick, just because I know I'll remember it next week, but I'll forget the exact amount. Aegis would be transferring 162 gold over, or figuring out how to use his phone to do a transfer, and then going ahead and transferring 162 gold over to Zachary, since that would
Okay.
be like a daily pay type of deal.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. I will take note of that.
On that note, because Aegis and I just had the conversation, Marcus would be transferring 2,000 gold to Umi
To Umi. Okay. Got it.
for the potion proof.
Okay.
I don't understand how much things cost. So.
Yeah, he does. He really does not. All right.
Remember, Marcus, best you can do is 900.
That's true.
You
I
went
should just
over
said
by
nine-
1100.
You should just send 900. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna wrap up stream, but you guys, I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're gonna.
What the
we're
fuck
gonna
was
go-
this session?
Go ahead.
All over the
and,
goddamn place.
Oh
raid
my god, this
somebody.
was so over
There
the
will
place.
not be
Like, it-
crochet and chill on Tuesday. I have to work. I have to travel for work.
Glad to have
Lucy,
you
I-
back,
I'm not gonna be
Lucy.
doing crochet
Yeah,
and chill
I
on
hope you
Yes,
Tuesday.
like
I'm
your
very happy
Christmas
to have you
die.
back.
Xavier will be on Friday.
I do. It
All
is
right, let's go
very
see who
cool,
we're gonna
actually.
raid.
You can't be walking into things and stepping on people. You're gonna punch one by accident.
God,
like,
sorry, guys. I
nah,
hate when Twitch
you're
does
getting
that.
your eye
Oh,
back.
no, it's not even
Oh,
punch
Saru
somebody.
is
He's
streaming.
just
We can
gonna
get
take a
Saru.
step, and next thing you know, squish goes Aegis.
Yeah, you
I
are.
am
you
only 2'11".
Yeah, let's raid Saru.
I
All right.
maybe come up to this man's kneecap.
Probably not even.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
thanks
we're
for
getting
hanging
you your
out.
eye back.
Like I said, no crochet and chill on Tuesday. Xavier will be
accept
streaming
the
on
robot
Friday,
magic
and I will
eye,
be
whatever
home
you're-
maybe before he's done streaming.
Bitch,
I
that's
don't know.
that's not
Oh, yeah,
magic.
That's a long flight. So,
You abandoned
have a
us
good
for 2
week,
whole
everybody.
days.
Thank you for hanging
You get a
out,
basic
and
magic.
we
I
will see
can't
you
make. I
next
could
time.
probably make a magic item that fast, but no, that was just literally scrap like creature parts and metal.
Yeah,
is
that was just a magical
even better.
tinkering, wasn't it?
Yeah, just literally unrolled the tools and got to work, and then used the Star Sapphire from Astral Tech as the centerpiece, and then